We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com, and I'm behind a thumbnail, and there we are right now. Good to see everybody. Happy Monday to you. Hey. It's going to be a great show. Good to see everybody. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Busy weekend. The old Skistimus house. New edition. Very excited to welcome our new family addition to the show. But first, let's introduce my son. Hello, Blabs.
Thank you. Hello, Dad. How's it going?
I am the internet's dad, which I appreciate. That's been a nice little moniker that I guess I've earned over the last few years. So,
you're like Mally's dad. You're everyone's dad now.
Yep, I'm the internet's dad. I don't know if you heard the door open or not.
I did. I'm ready.
Did you hear the door open?
Uh-huh.
Should we get ultimate girl response to this?
Yeah, bring her in. Yes.
Hello, Wicked.
Ready?
Good to
I
see
am
you.
girl.
All right.
I am female.
All right.
All right. And let's get another female in here. Hey, Mitsu, good to see you.
Hi, everybody. Rest in peace, Sam Neill. That's all I got.
Oh,
Just
man.
bring us down right off the bat. We're talking about puppies and Mitsu.
I know. It's a roller coaster. You got to go down and up and down and up.
Now,
Fair enough.
Phoenix, I'm going to need you to be a little technical director here. I'm going to go full screen here, and but I'm going to need you to get the girls' reaction.
He says no.
Oh, he said no. Blabs, you get to be technical director here.
That's
okay.
fine. Okay.
Well, let's introduce Phoenix. Hello. Hold on.
okay.
Hello, Phoenix. Phoenix, how are you, buddy?
I don't have control of the.
Yeah, you
Oh, that's
didn't
right.
get-
That's right.
Again.
That's right. My fault.
How y'all doing?
My fault. I messed that up. That's right, because
course.
I had to give
It's been a
Ray
long time.
I had to get Ray in to download the thing. So, Blabs, are you ready to introduce
Ready.
the newest member of our family?
I'm ready.
Oh, my God.
Aw, look, I want to touch the ears.
Oh,
There she is.
Oh my
There
God.
She blends right into my shirt.
Where'd she go?
Come on, bring her back.
There she is. Look at her. There she is.
Oh, she's a sleepy thing.
Yeah, well, she's been up and about, and she's been good. She's been good. She did the whole wake up overnight multiple times, and to my wife's credit, she treated her like an infant and soothed her and stuff while I woke up early this morning to play with a puppy. So yes, June is here, and this is the newest member of the household, and she is wonderful.
Oh,
Yes.
you should have worn
dog.
a different color shirt. She's blending.
Here, let's do this. You know what we can do? Let's do this.
Do the Lion King pose. Not Savannah, or maybe not. Phoenix will have
Oh,
Lion
look at
King.
it.
Hey,
There she is. All right,
She's a
you guys.
star.
She is, and we were thinking about launching her own Instagram page so people can follow
Yeah.
June the dog. Would y'all
I'll follow.
I know it would be like a 90% female audience when
I'd
it comes to
follow.
that. So yeah,
And
Okay, well,
Phoenix, absolutely.
and okay, good. Well, then we'll look at that.
Phoenix.
Oh, she's
Sounds
got
like a
something to say. Everybody, shh.
Oh,
Just kidding.
shh. What you got, Baba? She is a
This is
sweet little
ASMR
girl.
time with June.
Yes. So, anyways, we're just getting her used to being at the house. Hello, baby. Hello.
Oh.
So
Oh.
she's already the sweetest. So there we are, right? All right, you can go now.
Bye,
Bye,
baby.
All right, and not to be outdone, I think it is important to
Oh, we got
recognize
Max?
recognize Max as well, because when you bring a new dog in, you
Oh.
got to make sure you showcase Max.
Dad, what about
Yes.
me?
Buddy, he's still going to be the smallest dog when June's done growing.
That's right. He is. He's going to be tiny, right?
Yeah.
You good boy. That's right. Good. All right.
Aw.
Bye.
Bye, Maxie.
I want a star too, Dad.
All right. Dogs.
Dogs. And
Right?
then Phoenix's dog, too.
Oh, there. Oh, that's so nice, Phoenix.
Phoenix stays so still sometimes that I thought he froze.
He's doing it. That's good. Oh, what are you patting there? Patting your puppy dog.
That's right.
All right. So yes, the dog is here and Blabs is happy. At least it appears that way, which is good.
Yes,
Now
I
the
love
next
puppies.
step.
They're so cute.
They are the best. Yeah. The next step is you guys got to come down and meet June in person, and she'll be giant. She'll be giant.
You can tell by the paws. She's gonna be a big girl.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna be about 50, 60 pounds by the time she's all said and done. So
She's gonna knock me down. I used to have a family friend who had a Great Dane when I was really, really little. His name was Zeus, and whenever he would see me, he'd come right up to me, put his like his paws on my shoulders, and just completely knock me down every single time. I would just get floored by a Great Dane every single time I saw him.
I had a my uncle,
Oh.
like one of those second uncles, like on the other side of the family. They had a big old Great Dane as well, and I tried to ride one like a horse. It did not like that very much. Little boy, so I got scolded for that, and the dog knew.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, I didn't know. So, anyways, I do see, and Blab said we need to have June Cam, and maybe as she gets older and she figures out, she's not so puppy, maybe we will eventually have some sort of.
She'll be the new host.
Yeah. Now I can promise you, I will not shock June. There's a 100% no shock guarantee on this show.
That's great.
Yeah,
it makes you feel way better.
Good. Well, I think it's important to lay that out first and foremost for everybody. So no shock collars ever used on June. But if you do love shock collar talk, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're closing in on 150,000 over here on YouTube, over 50,000 over on Rumble, nearly 51,000, which is great. We do have our new Side Scrollers Bits channel. We're still reworking that a little bit. If you like little snippets of the show, you can find us over there at Side Scrollers Bits. You can find the link in the description. Also, coming up next Thursday, July 23rd, I don't have a graphic for this yet, but I will tomorrow or maybe the next day. We have our next VTuber Chaos event. We're doing more Jackbox, which is great. That'll be with Cinny, Kirsha, Blabs, Leaflet, and Pickle. So that'll be awesome next Thursday, exclusively over on Side Scrollers Plus. Looking forward to joining you.
8 p.m. Eastern.
There we go. Thank you very much, Blabs. Also, Phoenix was not on the show on Friday, and we just did not feel right with our not having having a showdown without Phoenix with us on Friday, which is why I'm going to turn it over to Phoenix right now, and he's going to give us our. We're in our final four now, Phoenix.
Yes, we are. If you remember last time, Fast and Furious won handedly. So let's see what happens in today.
Today's showdown, as we get to our final four. The winner of this moves on to the finals. Today, oh boy, it's Star Wars versus Back to the Future. Which is the best movie franchise of all time of the two? Curious, Wicked, you got any thoughts on this? Back to the Future or Star Wars?
Well, it's probably going to be kind of a hot take. Like, I do love Star Wars, but I think I like Back to the Future more.
Ooh,
is that a hot take? That might be. Am I going to get tomatoes thrown at me?
Not at all.
Listen.
Star Wars has made a lot of mistakes lately.
Oh, if we're talking current Star Wars, landslide, Back to the Future.
No, listen.
Factor it all in, good and bad for both.
Yeah, factoring it all in, like I do really like Star Wars, but I grew up watching Back to the Future and not Star Wars. I wasn't a teenager. I was a teenager when I first started watching Star Wars, but kid with Back to the Future, so I have more nostalgia for that.
Well, this is going to be a very knockdown, drag-out fight today, because this is the matchup that I personally been wanting to see. I personally am going to go with Back to the Future here. Mitsu, you got any thoughts on Back to the Future versus Star Wars?
Listen, as much as I love Star Wars as well, they never made a Shadows of the Empire movie, and that alone means Back to the Future definitely should take this one 100%.
Wow.
The quality has always been so much better for Star Wars over the course of its entire... I'm sorry, not Star Wars, for Back to the Future. Back to the Future was 3 and done, and Star Wars, they just couldn't let it go, and they just went in terrible directions. Makes me sad.
Mitsu, I appreciate you also being in the Sega Genesis Jurassic Park game right now.
I love this game. I have the music from this stage in my head playing right now. I love this game so much. Oh, I love this game. This is one of my favorites.
Our show is too boring. You need to have music to it, which is awesome. It's just,
oh no,
Blabs. No, that's fine. Blabs, Star Wars Back to the Future.
I was actually doing like a long thought about this. I think it was yesterday. I was like, what am I even going to vote for? But I'm actually going to go for Star Wars. Because think about like how revolutionary it was and how much it like changed culture and everything, right? The significance of Star Wars, in my opinion, is larger than Back to the Future. And for me personally, I love the originals. I love the prequels. Despite all the shit that Disney's still done, I still think Star Wars is more entertaining for me than Back to the Future. Even like the music, right? You have Alan Silvestri, John Williams wins. So Star Wars.
Okay, Phoenix.
Easy, Star Wars. You can't I don't count Disney as Star Wars. For this, I am still going to count it. Obviously, that's what you have to do. But if you look at what Lucas, when he owned it, what they did with Star Wars, there were a couple of misses. A lot of those misses people eventually wound up actually loving, like talking about like the prequels and stuff like that. A lot of people love the Clone Wars, things like that. So I don't think, as much as you can tarnish the name of Star Wars, you cannot, in my opinion, outdo all of the good, and as Blabs perfectly put it, all the influence that it also had. So easy for me, Star Wars.
Okay, sounds good. Well, at its core, it doesn't matter what we think. It matters what you think. You can vote with your super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. Phoenix, let's go to our bracket really quick, just so we can see who or what franchise Star Wars or Back to the Future would be up against.
All right, here we go. I think I can. Well, yeah, no, I can't do that. So anyway, okay. Sorry. It's Star Wars Back to the Future. That's what we're going to see today. It is going up against whoever wins this one. As you can see on the left, it is going against Lord of the Rings. So keep that in mind, that whatever is going up against it has got to take on that behemoth, which I think so far Lord of the Rings has taken in the most amount of votes and money in the entire event. So it's going to be tricky.
This has been a very, very heated event for sure, this tournament here. And Star Wars versus Lord of the Rings would be pretty spectacular, but Back to the Future, I think, could potentially be a wonderful underdog story. So if it truly is an underdog story.
I feel it's going to be Back to the Future today.
Okay, I guess we'll find out.
And then I think if Back to the Future makes it, I think that's the only one that can take on Lord of the Rings. Because it's going to be, so many people have lost faith in Star Wars, but Back to the Future, again, as Mitsu had perfectly said too, like it did everything right. It knew when to leave, that's critical in my opinion. And so then you've also got a great franchise with great nostalgia that has never weakened. It's just a great memory. So I think that's the perfect thing to try to take on that behemoth of Lord of the Rings. We're going to see.
We sure will. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes throughout the duration of the show. Looking forward to finding out which one advances to take on Lord of the Rings. First, Chief Corey Anderson came in with $2 quick. Thank you very much. Says, I thought Craig was going to be on IRL this week. I am tomorrow. I'm leaving to get on a plane pretty much right after the show. So you'll see me on Timcast tomorrow night. And I'm going to figure out a way to be on this show, obviously, tomorrow. We'll see. I called the hotel. I was like, do you have fast internet speed? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's always a good sign when you ask them. Yeah. Christmas loving engineer says, "Oh, cute puppy, got my beagle chilling with me while I work and listen." Yeah, let's go. Thank you very much, Christmas loving engineer. Love the good puppy dog. Freedom Fries came in with $20 massive. Says Star Wars original trio, Revenge of the Sith are classics, but Back to the Future didn't miss on any of the trio. That is. I'm going to say that's for Back to the Future. I think that's for Back to the Future, yes. All right, so Back to the Future is right at the bat, $20. Shantae Boot says, why is everything so heavy in the future? Is there something wrong with Earth's gravitational pull? 5 for Back to the Future. Love that. We have Zimaru came in and says, remember, guys, it's franchise. The sequel alone should disqualify it. Even before Disney had problems with George, constant revisionism. 5 for Back to the Future. Oh, man, we'll see how this goes. Mercenary says, morning, guys. This is for Star Wars because I can't stand the first Back to the Future movie. Wow. Whoa. Also, Rest and Pepperoni. Sam Neill. The Raptors finally got Alan Grant. Oh, dang, that's rough. All right. Well, we're going to do Dr. Sam Neill here in a little bit, just a couple minutes. Dr. T.S. King says, the Transformers, which should have been in this tournament. Oh, that's not how this works. You can't just throw it in like Xenosaga. Back to the Future. Back to the Future crossover comic is shockingly peak. There are other peak aspects, but the best Star Wars related media is Star Fox. So 10 for Back to the Future. All right, sounds good. Ian, good to see you. Ian came in with 50 European money. Says Bond knocked out by Star Wars. Fix. It's a fix, like the World Cup. Hey,
Agreed.
Ian, look me in the eyes. Look me in my dancing eyes. Look at me.
Ugh.
Was the tongue necessary? Who did
That's
that?
what
Was
always
that you,
gets
Phoenix?
me. That's what always gets me.
It wasn't Phoenix. I think it was Ember, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Or Keen. One of them.
Well,
Was
Blab's
that
the one who
50 for
played it.
anybody?
That's sure. Well, I think it was.
It was.
I don't know.
No, it says Bond knocked out by Star Wars. It's a fix, like the World Cup. I don't think it's for anything.
Okay, I just wanted to verify.
Ian,
Let me know if it's for something.
Jack says there's short-term CGI films for Shadow of the Empire and Heir of the Empire on YouTube. Still hoping for adaptations of the Thrawn duology and X-Wing novels. I'm a hardcore Back to the Future, including the animated series and comics, but Star Wars Extended Universe got me through middle school and high school. So this is for a galaxy far, far away. Thank you, Jag. And Kaiju came in with $4.99. Says Rings of Power isn't Tolkien. I'll fight anyone. Oh boy. Phoenix's fake birthday came in with 5. Says, "What's up, y'all? Gotta pick Star Wars here. Jedi Academy still carries the entire Star Wars ethos for me. Happy unbirthday, Phoenix."
You son of a bitch, but thank you.
Unbelievable. And Victus Omega just came in with 10. Says, "Puppies are a lot of work, but so rewarding. I recently got a Swedish Valhund, and he's been a blast. Congrats on your newest edition, Craig. And put this towards Back to the Future, please." All right. Well, I get Ian on the wall. Whoa, I nearly knocked over my water. Phoenix, let's get an early returns, if you wouldn't mind, before we get into our stories. Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead, Blab.
That's okay. And just a reminder, I have family in Back to the Future, so that's a win for me as well. So $12 for Star Wars and $50 for Back to the Future.
Vin Diesel isn't in Back to the Future.
That's true.
I'm sorry. Can we back up real quick, Phoenix? I think you may have mentioned this before. What are you talking about?
I have a family member in Back to the Future. She was in part 2. She's I don't know what her credit is. Probably like Jacuzzi Girl with Biff. She's one
really?
of the Tits McGee's with Biff in the jacuzzi.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
You looking up the scene?
Yes. Let's see. Back.
I found this out years. I don't think I've even met her, but I found out.
Yeah.
Family.
Okay. Played by. Let's see. There are 2 women, and I have their
so
names.
Awkward if I was attracted to her and then found out later that she was family. That would have been weird.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
If I say her name, will it like?
Well, you can. I'll even point her out if you bring up the scene.
Okay. Well, okay. Like they're actually called Jacuzzi Girls.
Oh, I was right. It is Jacuzzi Girls.
Yeah. They're actually called Jacuzzi Girls according to the
IMDb?
Futurepedia. Yeah. Here we go. Which one is she, Phoenix?
One on the left.
Oh, the brunette.
That one. Yep.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Well, it's like she looks just like you.
I see the resemblance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do too.
All right. Well, congratulations on that, Phoenix, I guess.
Yep. So I take all the money today. Awesome. All right. Woo.
All right. Excellent. Sounds good. All right. We have a lot to get to today. We're glad you're with us. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. If you're new, we are live every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And we'd like for you to join us and make us a part of your day. We'd appreciate that. But now we have a lot of news to get to. So let's do it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
We start today with a noticeable death in the world of Hollywood and entertainment. Sam Neill, who I think most people definitely recognize as Professor Grant from Jurassic Park.
Oh, of course she has something like that.
What do you got there, Blabs?
I have Alan
cute.
Grant, the troll.
I love that.
I don't know why
So
I'm
good.
not focusing. Get off the Funko. Stop looking at
That's
Funko.
There we go.
Well, he's dead. So there's that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Died at 78 years old. Honestly, it says unexpectedly. It says in 2020.
Which makes me laugh because like the homeboy was almost 80. It's not exactly unexpected if you're elderly.
I don't know. I mean, his death was sudden and unexpected, the statement said. And he remained cancer-free when he died. So, there's that. I guess he had been diagnosed with lymphoma and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, but he died in Sydney, which came out of nowhere, I guess. At a certain point, you're 78 years old.
And you have all these medical issues. Like, It's not exactly surprising.
I know Blabs. I know. I get it. But at the same time,
it is sad. I'm not shitting on the guy. He was a big part of pop culture.
Mm-hmm. He was. Steven Spielberg actually came in with a wonderful statement about Sam Neill. Blabs, since you love Sam Neill so much, I'd like for you to read this.
Okay. All right. Steven Spielberg says, I owe a debt of gratitude to Roger Donaldson, Gilliam Armstrong, Graham Baker, and Philip Noyce for casting Sam Neill in the roles in which he was so brilliant that he brought him to my attention and led him to play in Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. Sam was exceptionally collaborative. It was a stretch for him to play a character who acted as though children were messy and smelly, because this was the opposite of the loving father he was to his children. I adored making all the Jurassic movies with him, along with Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum. We will always have our Jurassic family, and Sam will never be forgotten by us or his many millions of fans around the world.
Now, Mitsu, I see you have your Jurassic Park background here.
I do.
And I follow a X handle called Nostalgic Gamer, and they did a really nice little thing today. It says, in honor of Sam Neill, just in case you never saw the ending of Jurassic Park. I'm just going to let this play in the background while we talk about Jurassic Park and Sam Neill. I've never beat this game before. Has anybody ever beat this game?
No, I have not. You have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I could even tell everybody out there in TV land who's watching right now, if you have access to this game and you just want to go straight to the last level, CVVVRAES. I'm not kidding. That is an actual password for you to just skip to the last level. You have a bunch of ammo and everything. You could do this right now if you really wanted to.
You can do this right now?
You can do this right now. You can play the stage
right now?
Right now.
What? Oh, you got to be kidding
right?
me.
I have this game ready to go.
It's so good. This game was amazing. It's really hard. A really, really tough
very hard.
platformer too. Extremely
I
difficult.
just played it recently and I was like, this is freaking hard. I have for Super Nintendo. I found it at a con. I was gonna pull it up, but it's in the other room. It's very hard. But maybe I'll try to skip to the last level and play it then.
Yeah.
Well, you just got the code right there.
Yeah.
So there's that.
While we watch this, I have an autistic question. Blabs,
Sure,
you may know this. Spielberg said he enjoyed doing all the Jurassic films with Sam Neill. He only made one with him. Am I correct on that? He only did 1 and 2, and 2 with just Jeff Goldblum. Sam was not in it.
No, wasn't he in another one?
But
he was
Spielberg
not in 2. He was in 3, and then they brought him back for Dominion.
Right.
Maybe
Sam
was
didn't
Steven.
do 3.
Yeah,
He
that's what I
produced
was
it,
saying.
maybe.
That's what I was about to say. I think
Okay.
Steven did producing on it.
Yeah, but Spielberg didn't have much to do with 3. Because 3 is not even really a scientific movie. That's more of like just a horror film with dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, here's the ending. You've made it. Rush to the helipad where the helicopter is waiting. That's it.
So epic. Beautiful.
Well, as Mercenary pointed out,
Jurassic Park 3 doesn't even have Spielberg as producer.
Okay, so my autism is correct. He's
Yeah,
only
so
done one film with him. I don't think he knows who he
Autistic
is.
spider senses were correct.
Unless Spielberg did some small thing with the Jurassic World 3 one that had all the old guys come back in for a bit, maybe or something to do with that. I don't know.
well, let's actually give you a full rundown of his noticeable films. This is courtesy of Grok here. He debuted in Sleeping Dogs. Obviously, let's see, that was his feature right there. 1977. Wow. Long, very long career. Hunt for the Red October. That was a very big deal with Sean Connery. When that was a remember they had a NES game about that. That was about submarines, I believe. Hunt for the Red October.
That's it's a bunch of Russians who want to defect. Based on a real story. I think it's also a Tom Clancy novel or something like that. It's a fantastic movie. Fantastic movie.
The Piano in 1993, where he won an Academy Award for that, or at least the Academy Award-winning film. Then he was in Jurassic Park, iconic role of Dr.
Piano
Alan
won
Grant.
everything. Hey, Event Horizon. Remember that one?
Yeah, buddy.
That was fun to watch with my parents at the time.
I guess he was not in 2, but he was in Jurassic Park 3.
Yes.
Right here. Oh, Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Golly. Oh, yeah, that's funny. I love going like, oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, he was in Thor Ragnarok, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's playing as an actor who's playing Thor when they show up early on in the movie.
Wait, was he? I thought it was just Matt
or
Damon.
Odin, I'm sorry, Odin, but yeah.
Okay.
It was Odin. I misspoke it, but Matt Damon was Thor. Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh my god! I just googled it. That's hilarious. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he did reprise his role in Jurassic World Dominion as Doctor. I've not seen any of the new Jurassic Parks. Are they worth seeing?
The first one I enjoyed.
Jurassic World. I like that one. That's the first I've seen.
2015 is good.
They just did Jurassic Park again, but funner, I guess.
The second one was pretty terrible. Didn't even bother seeing the third one, and I didn't even bother seeing the Scarlett Johansson one with the retarded Down syndrome dinosaur.
Yeah, I didn't see that one either. And he was also great in Peaky Blinders. I know that was a show, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw that on there because that was very recent.
Yeah, that was on Netflix, I believe, right?
Mhm.
The Peaky Blinders show. Yeah. Well,
he was almost James Bond too.
Right.
I think he would have been a pretty good Bond, actually.
Yeah. I think he was going during the Dalton days. And he later said that he was glad that he did not get the role because he was afraid of winding up the Bond that everybody hates.
Yes.
I think he would have been all right, considering what we've gotten in recent years and what we might get. We have no idea what's coming. So
it's funny you mentioned that. Razorfist actually posted this as rest in peace, one of the great almost James Bond right here.
So you're Tatiana Romanova.
My friends call me Tanya.
My friends call me Bond. James Bond.
I've never seen this before. You guys ever seen this?
No, I never even knew that he was
Yeah.
going to play a Bond.
So was
That's
that like
pretty cool.
test footage or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty awesome. And he has that like panache, or he had that panache to him, that like really regal, like
Sean
man's
Connery
man style smooth. Yeah, for sure. Well, he unfortunately passed with a net worth of $18 million, saw a lot of success over his career, over 80 films. And so there you go. The entertainment world lost a noticeable actor, Sam Neill, after 1947 to 2026, right there, 78 years old, I believe it was. So, any closing thoughts on Sam Neill?
Just that he will be missed. He really did a lot of great work, and he was just a great person overall. He was on Twitter for many, many years, and he was just fun to talk with and interact with whenever he would post.
Yeah, he left a great imprint on pop culture that will remain forever because, I mean, not just Jurassic Park, but even just with that. Yeah. Big impact.
Another noticeable death in the world of entertainment as well, as we have Wai Ching Ho has passed away from Daredevil and Iron Fist, dying at 82 years old. So you can see, does this lady look familiar to everybody else?
She's like in the new MCU stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember seeing her. She was good.
Yeah, she was in Daredevil most notably recently. So, there's always the old Asian lady who's super wise, or some sort of you see that's kind of a trope. What's that, Lebs?
Fortune cookie.
Everyone's quiet.
Do you hate how fortune cookies aren't fortunes anymore?
They're
They're just
statement
fortune
cookies.
statements. Yeah,
they're
just
statement cookies.
Mine always said,
Are racist.
You took
that's
the
one of
words
them.
right out of my mouth. Right out of my mouth.
mine always says bad luck and extreme misfortune will infest your pathetic soul for all eternity. So
That's what your fortune cookie said?
yes, every time I get a fortune, I always read it, and it always says bad luck and extreme misfortune will infest your pathetic soul for all eternity.
That's very specific.
Very.
It's almost like it could be a reference to something. Let's see if chat gets it.
Okay. Wow. It's very specific and odd that you get it every single time.
Every single time.
Okay. All right. Well, if we can move past Blab's blatant racism, we can and will.
Why? The wise old ladies always remind me of fortune cookies because they give you this wisdom or something and they just float away into the background. Yeah.
Like in Freaky Friday?
Yeah. Thank you for understanding.
I understand. I get you.
Mm-hmm. My boo.
Sorry.
Well,
Go one more time. All right. Let's go and move on real quick. Fifth Down Sports came in with $5 says, like the greatest quote of all time, bet on the winners and you'll never lose. That's right. Let's go. Back to the Future. Dance with the Devil came in with 5, says, brothers in arms are brothers for life. This is for clone troopers and Star Wars. Also, rest in peace, Sam Neill. Mercenary came in with 5, says, yeah, reports that he died of cancer in the blood or something. Rest in peace. Also 5 for Star Wars again, since I can't give it to Jurassic Park right now. Whistler V came in and says, come on, Phoenix. We know you're all about family. Banjo's playing. Ding, 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 ding. Nathan came in and says, I like to imagine Sam Neill as being dragged as he's being dragged to heel, okay, possibly as he was in Hollywood, that he does the iconic Event Horizon scream. Rest in peace. That's 5 for Star Wars right there. Jarl Doom came in with 10, says, for Star Wars, just because I want to see it take on Lord of the Rings, I also rewatched the Rocky franchise over the weekend. May we all find a love for Rocky and Adrian. Thank you very much, Jarl Doom. And I know that that's one of the great injustices of our tournament was Rocky not advancing. Unbelievable, really.
Well,
Mercenary.
Don't do that. Don't fall in love with women. They make your legs weak, Rock.
That's right. See? Mitsu gets it. Mercenary says Star Wars again, since I can't do Jurassic Park, but thank God I have this game on Steam before they pulled the license, and you can't buy the collection anymore. I wish the collection was on physical. Thank you.
Really? That quick? I mean, because that's the collection I have. They took it away that fast. Wow.
That's surprising.
That thing just came out.
They did like a limited run for that. Yeah.
Zimmeru says the version of George Lucas, I sold my kids to the Disney slavers, the Chad Back to the Future creators. No reboot, no sequel, remake as long as we're alive. That's 5 for Back to the Future. Oh man, this we could have a little upset here. We'll see how this goes. Bog says Star Wars had many fantastic movies and TV series before Disney's nonsense. Also, countless hours of great video games and a huge library of extended universe books and comics for Star Wars. Yeah, but Bog, didn't they say that the extended universe wasn't a real thing anymore? I'm pretty sure they totally
made it legacy or legends or some crap like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just want to point that out. Sounds good. We have 5 from Jason, says they didn't mention Sam Neill played Merlin on the TV show Merlin, Back to the Future. 5 for Back to the Future right there. Excellent. Ruddy says, in honor of Sam Neill, let me remind you, he was 43 in Jurassic Park. Wow. And Lauren Dim was 23. Okay, I had no idea. Hyena First says Red October is based on the Clancy novel, which is based on the hunt for a Soviet cruiser that was hijacked by a commissar in an attempt to start a new communist revolution. Storets Havoy? All right, sorry, Hyena, for I butchered that. Thanks for the heads up.
Like Storets Germany or something like that?
Whatever, commie. Yeah. Svaltivar says your corrupt policewoman in segment from last Friday is a segregation enforcement officer. Really? She is there to keep normal men segregated from public areas. Wow. Did you guys see that whole thing that happened in Fort Worth, Texas, about the officer over there telling people they can't speak with the free speech thing? That was
that lady cop.
One?
I did.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich Lopitch came in and says Neil also played Cardinal Wolsey in The Tudors, a show about King Henry VIII. There's a cool theory that Event Horizon was the beginning of Warhammer. Oh, it's interesting. And we also had $50 freaking dollars come in, which was great. I want to make sure I get this as well. It's not pulling up. Why is that working? Let's see. Blabs, can you get that real quick? Why is that not working? There we go. $50 freaking dollars coming in from Freedom Fries. Says Back to the Future.
It's gone. Hang on. I'll throw it back in.
He says, Back to the Future, give us a frolic, please. Thanks, Freedom Fries. Thank you. I'm going to get you on the wall. We will get you a frolic.
Hey, I'll do a VAR because in honor of Wicked.
Thanks.
So man. Yes. Not frolic. Joey says, isn't it weird that 2 major celebrities died suddenly just a few days apart from each other? Rest in peace, Sen Lindsay and Sam Neill for Star Wars. Thank you so much. Joey.
I mean, people die every single day. So.
But not suddenly.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the family was probably so stressed out while he was going through the cancer stuff, and then he kicks it, he's healthy, and then he's gone. So that's why it's like, wait, this was unexpected.
Yeah. Well, we'll let that one lie because you don't know what you can say here on the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking about the same thing
Yeah.
you guys might be thinking.
I'm pretty sure we're all thinking the same things, but all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've talked about the loss of life. Let's talk about the loss of a lot of money when it comes to Disney. As Moana, just man, oh man, it's out. It's out. The live action. 10 years after the cartoon came out, they felt the need to remake it with a live action with The Rock. You know, I heard somebody talk about this, and they said it was really funny. If your kid saw Moana when it first came out, I want you to think about this. And then they turned around and saw the remake. They're still a kid, right? Your kid is still a kid. If let's just say they were 1 or 2 when they first saw it, like they're still a child, which is crazy. How quickly of a remake do you need? Well, it is disappointed right off the bat. Moana loses its way to the box office with a $43 million domestic opening right here. Walt Disney's Moana lost its way at the box office, opening with a sluggish $43 million. Domestic haul for Moana underperformed studio expectations, which ranged from 60 to 65 million. Globally, the film in a total of 95 million on a production budget of $250 million right here. So this probably will break even, I would say, from a production budget. I think it'll hit 250, mainly because I think of the global audience that'll just slop it all up. Well, we were talking about this before the show. Wicked, you really don't have any interest in checking this out, do you?
No, not at all. And I don't know why they did it so fast. Like, I get it. They do the remakes, right? Or like live action remakes. I'm surprised that they didn't they didn't do Frozen first, because that was like a big moneymaker for them. But I'm sure that they have plans down the line to do that. But like you said, like if a 2 or 3-year-old watched the animation, they're still a kid now. Normally when you do live action, like, look at like Cinderella and stuff. I mean, that was way before all of our times, right? The animation. But kids that watch that are going to be adults that want to go see the live action. So with Moana, it's like either they're children or they're like young teenagers that probably have no desire to go see a Disney movie. So I just don't know why they did this so fast, unless it was because they had like a contract with The Rock and they needed to throw him in something. That's like the only logical explanation I can think of for this movie.
I'm not the demo for any of these films, but I still don't understand. Like, if the cartoon was successful, why would anyone want to watch a live action version of it? Like, people love the cartoon. I could maybe understand a sequel, but I don't understand.
Which they did. They did the sequel that came out like 2 years ago, last year.
Yeah.
I don't understand why someone's like, this film would be better is if we put actors in it, and then everything else is still animated anyway. I don't understand it.
And take away the life and the soul and the bright colorness. Because if they do that with these movies, like because the CGI, they got to make it dingy. It's something that Disney does, which is crazy to say that Disney makes things look all dingy and lifeless, because they used to be the exact opposite, right? So I don't know. I just have no idea why they decided to do this, other than like, let's throw The Rock in something. And they made him look weird. Like the hair, they should have gone full like campy, gave him the huge hair that Maui has, and just made him very like cartoonish. That's what they should have done.
You do know the big controversy around Moana, right? And The Rock. You guys know the whole idea of the
kind
big
of cultural issue?
Because Indiana Jones, he liked him but didn't look like him, something like that.
Well, there was that. The bigger issue is that he doesn't have nipples.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes. That's so freaking weird. Like, what?
It is weird. It is very, very weird. Like other things have nips in the movie.
I just love that there was some guy or girl assigned to nipple deletion, and they were like telling their folks, "Guess what? I'm working on this big film. What are you doing? I'm removing nipples." That's all they did. There was someone assigned to that.
Just think how many hours this man had to sit in a chair for makeup because of all those tattoos, because he already has tattoos in the first place. So then had to be covered up and then put more tattoos on it, or is it all digital? Like every little thing.
I'm pretty sure it's a bodysuit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, okay. I would imagine. Yeah, it's way easier to.
It's pretty hard to do a bodysuit with like normal skin tones, though, not be blue or something, isn't it?
I don't know. I would I would think that'd be the case, but hell, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because the movie's going to underperform, and Nipplegate is real.
Congratulations to WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, which will be seeing The Rock versus Roman Reigns in the main event.
Is that a confirmed thing?
No, but it pretty much is if this movie tanks.
No, yeah, it's true. He's going to need that money right here.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to this movie, I was actually watching the review of this on Jeremy John's channel, and he was talking about how the animated version was so much more filled with life than the live action, quote unquote, live action version, because all these live action movies are just, it's like an actor surrounded by CG, right? And it's not live action at all. It's more or less just a different animated version with a couple people saying some roles. But there was one clip in particular where he talks about The Rock, and it's the exact same line in the shot-for-shot remake. That I wanted to pull this up because this is honestly very jarring when he's talking about how lifeless the live action feels. Take a look at this.
Without the animators at work,
it's actually
let's see. Here we go. Let's play this.
actor, and hey, maybe even makes him look better, which is the case with Maui, because without the animators at work,
it's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men.
we just have The Rock.
And like you kind of see how like lackluster that was, just to not have the animators pulling the heavy weight of The Rock's lack of performance, I guess,
Yeah.
I think it tells you everything you need to know about it. Yes, Mitsu.
No, you can see it in the facial expressions. The actual animation, you see his face contorting, you can feel the emotion, you can see what he's trying to convey. And to his credit, I was watching for that when you cut to The Rock, and I was looking for him to try that. But if you look, he moves a little bit, like he's trying to redo that scene, but he just can't capture it. I don't know if you could with any live action person.
No, it reminds me of Aladdin. With my biggest thing with the live action Aladdin was that the Jafar was so flat, because the animated Jafar is so just like evil and animated. Yes. And then like the one scene where he's like, "Bring me the lamp," like he's so just extra in the animation, and then they do it in live action. He's just like, "Bring me the lamp," like whatever.
Right. Yeah, you need like a Jim Carrey in that role. Somebody who's really going to be loud and animated and bring persona to it, even though they're the villain. You just have to go over the top. You need Raul Julia. God, I wish he was around. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
I hope 10 years in the future, they make a remake of the live action Moana, but it's a cartoon.
Did you just call it Mona?
Whatever. I don't know what the name of this thing is. That thing.
Mona Sax is fine.
Well, there are, I want to let you know that there are several live action remakes coming from Disney. This is not going to be the end of the live action remake.
Tangled.
Like there's a reason why there's there's a reason why they chose to make these things animated. The way it's written is with animation in mind. And so when you're taking an animated script and then giving it to human actors, unless it's like a Jim Carrey or something like that can really give that kind of cartoon expression, it's always going to fall flat just by the nature of the script itself. Was not designed for that. This is all ridiculous.
How do you really feel about it? I love it. But you bring up some really good points when it comes to this. So Tangled, by the way, really good Disney movie.
Better than Frozen.
I was about to say that. It's way better than Frozen.
Yes.
Way more emotional scenes in it too. Like it's good. So Tangled is getting a live action remake. I don't know why we're doing this, but apparently Hercules is getting a live action remake.
Yeah, but that's been in the talks since 2018, where they're even saying how some black guy was gonna be Hercules. Is that even happening nowadays, or is that shelved? I don't know.
They don't want to work with James Wood again.
It's supposed to be produced by the Russo brothers. So there's that.
Yeah. Wow. They definitely don't want to work with James Woods then.
And Blab's Lilo and Stitch 2.
Oh yeah, that's such a cash grab. That's all it is. Soulless
sequel
cash
to
grab.
the 2025 live action remake. that Lilo and Stitch live action remake, that didn't do very well, did it?
Yes, it did fantastic. I heard.
Did it do well? Okay.
Didn't make $1 billion or some shit. Let me see.
Yeah.
I want Hollywood to get so deprived of and so desperate for money they just start making live action movies into cartoons, like Saving Private Ryan or like.
Oh my god!
Any of those things.
Wish.
Yeah.
Did you see what Paramount's doing?
Being built in California?
Paramount is like this close to basically closing up shop and leaving California completely. They're going to take all $30 billion and get out of the state.
Well,
and I'm like, if this was like 10, 15 years ago, I probably wouldn't have thought too much of it. But here in New Jersey, we have put up a ton of studios. Lionsgate's got a gigantic studio, and they just bought and renovated an airport so people could fly in. Most of our municipalities have passed right to film ordinances so that you can make it easier if you are wanting to produce a film to actually come and film in any city or town in New Jersey for free. Not necessarily for free, but it makes it easier. So when I hear that like Hollywood is dying, this time I actually do believe it because there are so many places around the country that are actually taking steps to kill it actively.
Just for clarification, Craig, Lilo and Stitch did make over $1 billion worldwide last year.
Okay, well, that's why it's getting a sequel, right?
Yep,
because it made $1 billion. Yeah, so Hollywood is in. I love it, Phoenix, and I believe you're right, man. They are desperate at this point, and Disney is the leader of the pack when it comes to this stuff. And nothing would look. I'm all about respecting, like, World War II and Saving Private Ryan and all that. But an animated sequel would be really funny.
And they have like the big eyes and everything, and one of them needs to be gay.
It's a must at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody can create some AI artwork of that and some AI. just tweet it at us and we'll get it up during the show. It'll be great.
Nightmare fuel.
Yes, absolutely. All right. John Wayne came in with 10. Says there's an obscure British comedy from 1998 starring Sam Neill called Sweet Revenge, aka on IMDb. The Revengers comedies. It's one of my favorite comfort movies. 10 for Back to the Future. Thank you, John Wayne. I had no idea what I just said or am I talking about. Thank you. Ian came back in, with another 50 freaking European money. Says,
hey.
Moana, mo problems. Am I right? Am I right? Oh no. Oh.
I have purple in my hair?
Apparently.
Getting blitzed on.
That's taller.
Is this from the wine? Just like in my DNA now.
You took the grapes and dyed your hair.
Yeah.
Ian, thank you so much for your extreme generosity today. I'm going to get you up on the wall as well. Also generous. Nameless Whirl came in with $50 freaking dollars. Says someday they might try ruining the series, but for now, Back to the Future has remained untainted. Nameless Whirl, 50 for Back to the Future. Heck yeah. Blabs, I'm going to get these folks on the wall really quick. Ian and Nameless Whirl, if you wouldn't mind reading a few supers.
Bullet for 10 says Back to the Future and Marty McShake sucks hard. Worst franchise of the 80s. I will hear no arguments. 10 for Star Wars. Tell us how you really feel.
Wow.
Lex for 20 says Sam Neill is a legend, but you didn't mention his greatest film, In the Mouth of Madness. If you haven't seen it, do so. Wicked picks in the Showdown for me. So that's 20 for Back to the Future then, right, Wicked?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Zim for 5 says Michael J. Fox was on vacation in the remote jungles of Bhutan, country between China and India, and a Buddhist monk recognized him from Back to the Future. 5 for Back to the Future. That's wild. Emerald for 10 says the OG Moana was a huge hit on Disney Plus, bigger than Frozen, so they had to come out with a live action remake to capitalize on streaming success. Same with the second movie for Back to the Future. Okay, that doesn't make any sense because Moana came out in like 2016 era because they were still in college, and Disney Plus didn't come out until like 2020, 2019. So unless you're saying afterwards when it opened up streaming service and they had Moana playing, it was huge, I'm guessing. But anyway, thank you for the 10.
All right. Phoenix, quick update, if you wouldn't mind, on our Showdown results.
Yeah, here we go. It is $71.98 for the Star Wars franchise and $210 for the Back to the Future franchise.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That's my droid impression. It's pretty good, I know. Thank you.
Thank you, Blabs. That's great.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Blabs. We'll get to the rest of your super chats, recognitions, rumble rants throughout the duration of the show. Thank you guys very much in advance. Guys, I want to get to the story. File this under nobody should be surprised ever, as I saw this story on Fortune. The U.S. spent $30 billion to ditch textbooks for laptops and tablets. And the result is the first generation that just doesn't, it's ADHD's up. They can't see anything. They cognitively capable. They're less than their parents. They don't even know what's going on because we threw technology in front of their faces right here. This is a fairly long story, but it makes sense. You see the headline here. In 2002, Maine became the first state to implement a statewide laptop program for some grade levels. The then governor saw the program as a way to put the internet at the fingertips of more children who would be able to immerse themselves in more information. By the fall, Maine Learning Technology Initiative had distributed 17,000 Apple laptops to seventh graders across 240 multiplied to 66,000 laptops and tablets distributed to Maine students. This is crazy by 2016. Okay, so we've all seen this. We all know this is happening. My kids have tablets. They do not have textbooks, and somehow they take more to school on a day-to-day basis than I did in their backpacks, which is crazy. My daughter, going to middle school, went to school with a full backpack, as well as 2 additional bags, like handbags. It's so stupid. I have no idea how or what she's carrying in her bags, but because the idea was with these laptops and the iPads and stuff is that it should all your books are condensed down to one thing. Apparently that's not the case anymore, right? Curious if that's the case for any parents watching right here. But yes, color me to not surprised at all that the generation that has been raised with iPads and laptops and the ability to generate information as fast as you possibly can has lower cognitive skills than previous generations. Is anybody surprised by this at all?
I'm not, but I do have this is one of those things. We don't have a good baseline though, because the education system is also a bag of dicks. So it's hard to tell. Maybe if it was a good education system, that maybe this laptop thing would work. I don't know. I personally don't like that idea, but I don't know what's worse because the education system is in a real state of decay at the moment.
So
it is.
When they're teaching, I remember when I was going through school, right? We had like Mac 2s in a computer lab in my elementary school. So we started learning on old computers. I mean, they were somewhat new by then, but regardless. And you would do like little commands, and the turtle would make the line, and you just move it around the screen and do that kind of stuff. And then they moved us up to like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego and stuff like that, right? I fucking love that game for DOS. Do they do that anymore in schools? Do they teach the baseline of how to actually have computer skills and work the kids up? Or they just go, here's the tablet, here's all the intuitive stuff of knowing how to use a tablet. We're not actually going to teach you any of the programming or the back end or how to use a keyboard or anything like that. Because I hear stories where, the boomers will call the millennials for help, but now like the Gen Z and Zoomers or whatever and everything beyond millennials, they will also call the millennials for computer help too. So what the hell are they actually teaching these kids about computer literacy in these classrooms?
Probably how to draw a hammer and sickle in Microsoft Paint is my guess. That's what
almost that comes standard on Paint. You just see it stamped on there when instead of a white background, it's just a red hammer and sickle.
I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on this, Wicked. Do you have any experience in this?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that, right? That, kids these days, because like you read studies that writing something down, you remember it better versus typing it or using phones. I mean, think about it. Like all of us growing up, we didn't have spell check, right? Now kids have spell check. So they don't know how to spell a lot of words. I'm not saying all kids, right? I hope that there's still hope, but I do believe that it probably is exactly what he just said. Like they just throw the tablet at them and they're like, figure it out kind of, or here's what you need to know. And they don't actually teach you how to use the program. I remember going to school that we learned like the back end on how to do it. So I think like we could even say like the elder Gen Z probably can be mixed in with millennial, right? But yeah, they don't know how to do it. Like I've had friends with teenage kids that I would think, hey, you probably know how to do all this stuff better than me. No, they don't know how to do simple stuff. Like they just know how to text. And I'm like, huh, interesting.
And they probably all do swipe text too. So they didn't actually physically tap out anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they didn't have the times that, people had where you had to like triple type like a button to get like to spell out a word, the old school texting.
And then they're going one step further, and California wants to make Ebonics actually taught in their school system.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
covered
what
that.
the fuck are you guys
That is
doing?
insane.
Off topic, but on topic. Did you guys see? Apparently, there was a story on how teachers, or something like that. I don't remember where I saw it, but how teachers see how their students are writing essays and stuff. Have you seen that? So they showed the software, and as long as it's real, it seemed real. But the idea is they get to see when they read your essay, they're watching in real time or sped up how you're writing the essay, so they can see if you were backtracking, if you were checking things, that way they can see if you just copy and pasted from AI, or if it just really quickly fills in all of a sudden. They can tell if you were using sources like that. So it's getting even just creepy in the fact that they're monitoring how you're making something as well. So this whole thing is a bad idea. I'd like to get back to just good old-fashioned paper and books and things like that. I think it's better for these kids anyway. Because listen, you're going to spend the rest of your lives on a screen. Let's even for their eyes, let's just give them a break for 10 years,
And please teach them cursive too. Cursive's a fucking dead art, and it's beautiful to write in cursive. Please.
I have bad handwriting, but when I write in cursive, it's so pretty.
Mine just gets worse.
She does have interesting handwriting.
No, actually, so I just want to share that I kind of, since I graduated high school in 2014, then I graduated college in 2018 and then 2019, and I, for the most part, always used textbooks and pen and paper, even then, which I'm really curious because now it's been like 6 years plus COVID, everything's been like completely technology, that I'm really curious to see how much it's changed since then, right? Because sometimes I'd bring my laptop to class, but I hated lagging like my laptop around, the cables, all this other shit. I'd rather just bring my backpack, notebook, and just write. Because I just found it was a lot easier for me to remember things, writing it all down instead of listening or like being on your laptop. And then there's all those distractions on your laptop. You can just open up whatever you want, right? If you just have your paper and pen out, it's easier. So man, I would not want to be in college right now or high school or any of that shit. No, thank you. And I was like right when they were changing over to it because we had like Wi-Fi in our schools, but like it was locked behind a password. You could only be in the library or whatever it was. But now like anyone can just whip out their phones, mobile data. There it is.
Yeah. I mean, even now as an adult, if I have to finish something, like I'll sometimes put my phone on focus mode because it's just like a muscle memory thing now, right? To pick up your phone and scroll, like, oh no, don't scroll, don't look at this. Like, so I do focus mode to like remind myself, like, hey, stay focused. And so I can only imagine, not all the time, but I can only imagine how bad it is for, the teenagers and the kids that grew up with it now, with it all just right there at their fingertips.
I wanted to read this little section of this article here. This is based off of, it says, earlier this year in a written testimony before the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, neuroscientist Jared Cooney Horvath said Gen Z is less cognitive capable than previous generations, despite its unprecedented access to technology. He said Gen Z is the first generation in modern history to score lower on standardized tests than the previous one. While skills measured by these tests, like literacy and numeracy, aren't always indicative of intelligence, they are a reflection on cognitive capability, which Horvath said has been on the decline for the last decade or so. And he says, citing Program for International Student Assessment data taken from 15-year-olds around the world and other standardized tests, Horvath noted that not only dipping test scores, but also a stark correlation in scores and time spent on computers in school, such as more screen time, was related to worse schools. He blames students having unfettered access to technology that atrophied rather than bolstered learning capabilities. This is not rocket science by any means. Like, everybody could have told you this idea that this is not. I mean, everybody saw this coming. And I see this with my children, and I see this, you mentioned COVID a few minutes ago. The big light bulb for me was when COVID hit, my kindergartner was being told to sit on a Zoom call and quote unquote have class. What are we doing here? Have class when in 2020, and how is a kindergartner supposed to have any sort of class via Zoom? Anyways, says this is not a debate about rejecting technology. It's a question of aligning educational tools with how human learning actually works. Evidence indicates that indiscriminate digital expansion has weakened learning environments rather than strengthening them. Once again, there's evidence around this right here. So, and they don't like blame this. It says ultimately, they don't blame this on the kids. It's not the kids didn't do this. This is ultimately parents. This goes back to the idea of the path to hell was paved with good intentions, right? People are like, oh, we're going to give these kids technology. What a great life. Out with the encyclopedias, in with the iPads. And all of a sudden you have kids who are literally dumber than they were the previous generations right here. Yeah.
I don't mean to be resident. I'm going to be resident gay artist tard here, but like, you're all going to moan. I get it, and you should. I fully accept it. But there really is a connection between hand to paper. Every script and every book I've ever written is all done by hand, and the reason for that is because you really have to think when you're committing to writing something by hand. And especially, and I can relate this to school. If you're researching something, there's the idea before, okay, I need to really look at this fact. And then, okay, I'm going to commit this down, because you don't want to have to keep erasing it and keep going back. So you're really thinking in between doing your task. Whether if you're writing something creatively, you're thinking, okay, pen down. If you're researching, you're looking here, okay, how can I word that right and put it down? When you're typing something on a keyboard and you just keep doing like this, you're constantly just revising it because you're just outputting without thought. And so I think whether we knew it or not as kids, that was helping us. It forced you to think before you committed to something. And I think they're losing out on that.
No, I agree. You retain the information more too, because you're focusing, like you just said, on what you're doing instead of just like, oh, I messed it up. Let me just like right click and have the computer fix that spelling for me. Things like that. So no, I totally agree with that. What they need to do for these kids is, it's not bad to introduce technology because that's where the future is, but they need to teach them how to use it properly while also still keeping up with basic life skills like we all learned in school. They need to do both. There should just be like maybe one media class where it just teaches you one, not all day doing everything on the computer. Just have one, because that's what I had. I had computer class. It was called technology class. It was one class.
We learned coding back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very helpful nowadays, especially. I mean, that's a huge potential role.
This is one of those situations where how do you put the ketchup back in the bottle, if you will? Like how are you going to do that?
Homeschool. Like, right? Unfortunately, it's just homeschool. That is the correct answer. Until they have to completely gut out the education system and start over again, in my opinion. And until that day comes, I think you need to, if you can, I would definitely homeschool.
Yeah. Well, man, you have to balance the idea of being able to teach your kids life skills while also balancing technology, because technology is not going anywhere, right? I agree with everything that you said, Phoenix, but there still has to be this aspect where, look, whoa. Okay. All right. Nice. I guess whoever didn't hear that, their mic just had an issue. But so there's definitely a balance there, and I get everything that you're saying.
Well, if let's say you handwrote the thing, then you commit it to writing your essay out. Now you can type it out and still learn those skills. But at the very least, then fine, whatever. At the very least, take notes. At least take notes by hand, something. Because as we're seeing, it's not helping these kids out. And I think there's a reason why our generations were okay, and theirs isn't. So they have to modify something.
You actually just triggered an old memory for me. I don't remember what grade it was, but I remember writing out essays and then they had us type it up. We had to write it first, though. That's what they should be doing.
No.
Go ahead, Mitsu.
Oh no, I was just agreeing that's a wonderful idea. To have them actually just, what is it? I think somebody in chat said there was a professor in Canada who was just only accepting in written submissions for everything. I think that's probably where it needs to go. Just go back to that. Even if it means you AI'd the whole thing and you've got to transcribe it down from pen to paper, at least we know you read the whole thing once before turning it in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Corona Soul came in with $50 freaking. Says there's a missing piece here. IQ also has a genetic component. Higher IQ people tend to go indoctrination college. 1/3 of Gen Z has been aborted. Maybe the scores are lower because most of the smarter kids don't exist. $50 for Back to the Future. Interesting theory, Corona Soul. Thank you very much for that. And it is dark, but at the same time, I see what you're saying. 1988 Foxtrot says, in San Francisco, the schools that all the tech billionaires send their kids to are tech free. They know it's harmful, but won't stop making other people's kids dumb. Yeah, that's one part of the story that I was actually going to get to, but it's talk about dark. Like, yeah, we don't want our kids on this technology over here. Jarl Doom says, deleting the nips. Should have hired that guy from Batman and Robin. It's 5 for Star Wars.
Literally what I was thinking. I'm like, Nipplegate is no longer Batman and Robin now. It's The Rock.
Poor Joel Schumacher.
Deep Fryer says, at least The Rock's tattoos look okay, but whatever incompetent costume chose that wig, they need to pay for their crimes against nature. Thank you, Deep Fryer. Young Stove came in and says, my brother's a teacher in high school. The kids can't read. Emerald Ultima says, follow up on my previous chat. Yes, there was this was way after Moana 1 was in theaters in retrospect. Blabs, my bad. Back to the Future. Thank you so much for that. That was 5 for Back to the Future. Hey, Phoenix, I apologize for the big bag of dicks. Have a Coke. Thank you so much for that. HP Nomad. Young Stove says, Carmen San Diego was peak great show on PBS. I'm old.
Quickie, did you see that real quick? Did you see that quick story that some doctor apparently gave their patient Diet Coke to fix a gut ailment and it solved it?
Yeah, but it was fake.
What? I'm sorry?
It was fake though.
Oh, it was fake?
Yeah, there was a community note on it.
I know, because had they used Pepsi Zero, that would have solved it. So doctors, make sure you prescribe Pepsi Zero. Attaboy. Thank you.
God damn it.
I love that.
I love how Phoenix just when he comes in with like a hot take or just something he's really excited about. He looks like a wrestling announcer, like with the glasses on, especially right now.
He does have strong bad guy wrestler vibes going on, which is great.
He's turned heel.
Mercenary says, went through the same thing you did with the Max, and yeah, they're teaching kids to be slaves, as Razorfist said about our education system modeled after the Roman dolls. No back-end support. 5 for Star Wars. Zimmeru says, in just one word, Phoenix, the finals would be back in a just world, Phoenix. The finals would be Back to the Future and Fast and Furious, a battle between the most amazing cars in cinema, but we live in a fallen world. Thank you so much, Zimmeru.
So beautiful. Thank you so much.
Poetic.
Risk Void says, Star Wars never got any better after ESB. Rest in peace, Sam Neill and Bonnie Tyler. Put this towards Back to the Future. 4 for Back to the Future. Nathan Cassidy says, I've told every coworker I've ever worked with, want to really appreciate your calculator? Do long division by hand. Thank you, Nathan. It's 5 for Star Wars. And Pokelda came in and says, Phoenix, here's a petition to occasionally change the fart at the end of the gaming history stinger to the yellow flash blabs. Thank
Noted.
All right. Let's go and move on. Speaking of video games, man, oh man, the performative nature is out and about today as everyone's favorite Games Done Quick has made a stand, and they will not take that Saudi money. They came out yesterday with this statement. Says, we have canceled our sponsored stream with SNK. And by the way, I'm saying this with the intention of them speaking like an anime guy, who's like really dark and brooding and also extremely heroic. We've canceled our sponsored stream with SNK. We have heard the concerns from our community regarding this partnership, specifically the company's majority ownership by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund and the human rights concerned tied to the Saudi government.
I'm not the only guy hard right now, right? Like, it's not just me, right?
Sorry, my fault.
Sorry.
Well, unfortunately, all the women at Games Done Quick are also hard, and by that I mean the.
Where's my rim shot button?
Yeah, there you go. We will not accept the funds from this sponsorship or continue to work with this sponsor again. GDQ is committed to supporting human rights and inclusivity, and we recognize that this partnership conflicted with those values. We failed to conduct the level of review our community should expect from us. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever read. And that was an oversight we deeply regret and take full responsibility for. We especially want to apologize to the runners and our host on this stream, who had nothing to do with this decision and whose runs were disrupted as a result. This isn't a reflection of them, and we are grateful for their understanding. Going forward, we will review and strengthen our process for evaluating future sponsors and partners, including closer examination of companies' ownership, to make sure they aligned with our values right here. So, man, oh man, there's a lot here. Then I'll tell you what, I have a lot to say. Mitsu, I think you have a lot to say as well. So I'm going to turn that over to you first.
Boy, they want to get rid of everybody who's got Saudi money. You're going to have to get rid of like half of the gaming industry at this point. And that starts with Electronic Arts. But like Capcom has Saudi investment. Who else has Saudi? There's the Saudi Wealth Fund decided to really start getting involved a few years ago into gaming, which is probably to diversify away from oil because I knew it was coming. But if you want to back out of Saudi money, there's too much. This is all performative, ridiculously performative for them to go out there and say this for this one issue, this one time, when half of their games, more than half of their games, are probably now Saudi money at this point.
Even Nintendo, a little bit. I don't know that.
Yep.
I just looked it up because I'm like, you know what? I'd like to educate myself on this.
Well, allow me to fill you in on some of these companies, including Capcom, which has investment from Saudis, Nexon, Nintendo, Electronic Arts, Take-Two, Embracer, Koei Tecmo, NCSoft, Square Enix, like Activision Blizzard, Bandai Namco. They all have some sort of Saudi money. So if you're going to puff your chest out here and say we will not accept this from this, you're picking and choosing at this point. And the response that I've seen to this has been the most silly thing in the world. That, well, they are the majority owners in this. The Saudis are the majority owners of SNK. So because they're majority owners, that's where we're going to put the line in the sand. Whereas, they call this like blood money, right? They go, all the blood money. Well, how much blood money is okay? How much blood money is deemed is acceptable to you and your cause? They can't exactly answer that. Right. Yeah. Yes. CM Punk will take that blood money for sure. And by the way, Games Done Quick has not canceled relationships with any of those companies, by the way, that I just listed. They have not canceled any other relationships with them. But the community backlash was driven by the majority Saudi ownership and human rights concerns. But disregard the slight ownership, while also the human rights concerns with those as well. So those are fine right there. The response to this is exactly what you would expect it to be, as people are just calling out the stupidity, except for the men who don't know that they're men. This person pointed out, I hope no one travels to Games Done Quick and uses, Saudi oil in their vehicles or jet fuel, because I promise you, since I know many of them, no Japanese developers give a shit about your virtue signaling geopolitical stances under the guise of video games. Games Done Quick. Don't confuse the activist part of your community with the entirety of your community. Some of us just want to see SNK games done quick. Seems like a pretty easy and base stance here. Yes, I hope nobody drives to get to wherever they're going to go watch games done quick this year. The thing is, this person, I love this person, goes, for the avoidance of doubt, I'm neither MAGA. And like, that's where you immediately go. People go, oh, he's MAGA because he said something that had a little bit of common sense. Right. Yeah. Right. Nor particularly conservative. I'm left-leaning moderately 99% of the time, but I am way too old for the pedestrian activism of the day. If you want to avoid the Saudi PIF involvement thing, cool, fine, don't buy it, watch it. If you think SNK's marketing team gets marketing orders from the PIF, you are high, especially right here. So this is a great response right here. How about you go F yourself? That's where you get to that right here. You don't get a choice where your oil and your gasoline comes from. You don't get a choice about whether you drive if you live in the United States and want to remain employed. Well, I guess Beth over here, Trans Raven, is okay, who is a trans bipan, she, her, 30 games, some politics, gender stuff, Lord. Something new. Yeah. Who definitely is not mentally ill. I guess Beth Transraven over here doesn't care about human rights or the campaign here when it comes to this.
You could take a bike.
You could, and actually, I think everybody who cares about human rights should just bicycle everywhere they go. You know, yeah.
By the way, I don't mean to derail, but do you remember, Craig, like when you got your copy of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, whatever game you were excited? I remember being really excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and you opened it, and the joy of that, and you went to your friends, and they were playing Sonic, and you guys were, what level are you on? Like, do you remember the fun of games when it wasn't attached to all this fucking bullshit? Like, just, it was fun. There was nothing, the farthest thing. As a little kid, I didn't think, like, somehow politics is going to get wrapped around this little blue hedgehog or whatever game you want to put in there. And yet now it is. Fuck me, especially even Sonic the Hedgehog 2. You see it all the time. So it's just it's so weird to have grown up during a time when we remember that it was just fun. It was like a really fun thing to do. And now it's everything causes things where people have to say, well, listen, I'm not part of MAGA and I'm not this and this. But you can't even have a conversation without politics being thrown into it. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's everyone's identity. Like, I know, like, always people were very opinionated on politics. Like, even as a kid, I remember just like hearing people, they always talked about like, oh, Republicans are the dumb ones and blah, blah, blah. And like, I had no idea. Like, to me, it was really literally just like listening to like the Peanuts adults talking.
The Snoopy teacher.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, I'm just going to like be a kid and have fun. But nowadays, it's kind of sad that people, they make that their identity. It's like, go out and get a hobby or something. I don't care like about your political beliefs. Like, if you can't have, because most of the time these people can't have like a real debate, a real conversation. If you make a point that's against what they stand for, they start frothing at the mouth, and it's like, okay, well, we can't talk like adults because you're not one. I mean, that's just where we're at now. People's minds are just so melted.
You mean the pansexual she/her demigod, whatever, is not
Was Maui now?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. you mean they're totally sane and reasonable person?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious. When did Games Done Quick start to introduce the pronouns into their runs? I think that was
fell apart 2016 area. It's like everything went to shit right there. That's my guess.
Well,
I didn't mean to step on you. Did you say 2016 as well, Mitsu?
Yeah.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was that area.
Yeah, I'm doing a quick rock. Oh, nope, there it is. Games Done Quick, specifically AGDQ, Awesome Games Done Quick, in January 2020 began prominently displaying optional pronouns next to the runner's name on stream overlays. This was an optional feature tied to the runner sign-up process on-site badge system. Runners could choose he, him, she, her, or they, them, or none. Not very inclusive, by the way. It didn't include Caesar and Blabs' favorite, Pine and Cone. So,
that's right.
Yes.
Pine Cone.
Now it's. I don't know if I don't think it's even an optional thing at this point. But yes, Mitsu, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reminiscing on what is it? The not games developer. I'm sorry. The Gaming Community Expo. I remember one year while I was hosting, we had badges, and the badges actually started to have the stickers. I think they were starting to do the pronoun stickers on things, but that got walked back in subsequent years. But that time, 2018, 2019, 2020 is when that really started to take off.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. I'm curious. Apparently there's a mascot for Games Done Quick. In 2019, GDQ introduced a mascot called Velocity with it and its pronouns in an announcement. It and its. So there's that. Saying apparently it's a dinosaur fit for speed and suicide. Just curious. Did anybody want to play some King of Fighters or any other SNK games? Because I think it'd be really, really fun to do at this time. Now, we've talked about this extensively. We very much want to do a Games Done Quick alternative. And Phoenix, we've talked about this privately. This is probably 5-6 months ago at this point. We were actually very close to pulling the trigger on an event. And then we just got ghosted by the guy who was doing it. So
out of nowhere, everything was going really well. Like, we were like, okay, that like we're almost to the point of like picking a date.
Yes,
and then poof, just gone.
It's like, so we are actively working on creating an alternative to games done quick. That's probably the biggest thing that I've heard over and over again is you guys got to create an alternative to games done quick. And we were almost there. So we'll, but alas, we're back to square one when it comes to this. We're working with some great folks. So yeah, anything to close out the hypocrisy of games done quick there, Mitsu?
Oh, I was going to say, let me know if you need a speedrunner for Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis, because I'm in.
But I hear you know passcodes.
I do. No cheating. I'll do 100% clear, no cheats, but just in case.
Yeah.
Our big event has been reduced to just Mitsu playing Jurassic Park in a hotel room. That's it. There's our big event. Now we're going to crowd in there.
Not the first time that's happened.
I love the idea of it just being Mitsu done quick. You know?
Oh God! I'll do Half-Life. Can I do Half-Life speedruns?
You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's great.
Amazing.
All right, Blaz. While I get the next story queued up, would you mind reading off a couple supers, please?
Okay. Mercenary for 5 says Star Wars. I've noticed that every time the Saudis seem to be getting involved with the game company, things seem to improve a little. The blue-haired land whales start disappearing suddenly. Thank you for that. Oram for 5 says, hey, Phoenix, play the Blabs asset that always makes you laugh. The semifinals start soon. I want to know what Blabs has to say. 5 for Back to the Future.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Did you want to? Did you? I think you. Yes, she did. It is. It's time.
I fucking love soccer, you fucktards.
Did you see him just laughing his ass off? Hang on. No. Look at this.
I love that so much. There's so much unwarranted anger in it.
Yes, Flabs, give us an update on World Cup soccer.
Right. So sadly, Norway was kicked out by England. It was it 1-2 or something like that? Yeah, 1-2. And I'm sorry, but that ball hit the fucking cable of the camera. That should have been a big fat no. So much for those balls working with the chips.
During our entire conversation about soccer, there's one thing that has just been like nails scraping down a chalkboard for me, and that is how you pronounce the score. You always put the lower score first, when in reality you're supposed to say
because I say Norway lost. I was saying they got 1-2.
No, you say Norway lost 2-1.
All right, Ref. Anyway, so they had a nice big soccer ball that hit the wires of the camera. There's one of those big cameras that go around and watch the field like this, right? And it should have been a big fat stop the game, restart kind of thing, because it literally helped score a goal for England. Anyway, that's besides the point. Tomorrow, though, is going to be France versus Spain, and I hope Spain kicks the Muslims back home. That'd be fun.
Oh, God.
Atta girl.
Wow.
Atta girl.
Shout out France for being the only African team left. Woohoo! Anyway, so and then the day after that is England versus Argentina. So fuck you, England. I hope Argentina whoops their butts. The end.
All right. Well, Blabs, how do you really feel about it? I know.
I fucking love soccer, you fucktards.
I don't know why it keeps working.
So mad, so angry at all times. It's crazy. All right.
That hot Italian blood. It happens.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But you're still laughing.
I know, he's still going. Look at him go.
It's good. It's my favorite segment. It's my favorite segment. I hope we continue it even when soccer is over. Let's just keep going with it.
You're gonna have to pick a Premier League team now.
Yeah, still no score. There's the update. No one's playing.
I love the idea of her just doing updates on youth soccer. She's like, the Mighty Mice put down the Super Tornadoes 14-6 in a blowout.
After shoutcast a Pee Wee game. Come on, Ref, that was offsides. Half the team's offsides.
Ginny Rodriguez scored 7 goals. One girl picked up a dandelion, and whatever. I love that. All right, Blaz, keep going to those supers real quick while I get the next story up.
Okie dokies. Yeti for 10 says, willing to play devil's advocate on tech in the classroom. Perhaps a disconnect between the student on a keyboard and a teacher lecturing on a chalkboard is something those VTuber teachers can fix. Well, there are those VTubers in Japan that are teaching now, digital things. So maybe, I don't know. SJWs are pustules for 5. The good news for Gen X and millennials, job security. Bad news for Gen X and millennials, Gen Z, vanillas. An alpha taking care of us when we're elderly and being responsible for maintaining infrastructure. Back to the Future for 5s. Thank you very much. Dapper Jedi. That's a great name. FYI, studios need average 2.5x the budget to break even on. Moana has around 140 million marketing budget, so even higher per Valiant. Renegade won't break even. We'll see. But thank you very much.
Thank you guys very much for your support today. It's always wonderfully appreciated. Before we move on and talk about how Xbox has totally betrayed everybody, I'd like to tell you about a wonderful sponsor of the show. They've been sponsoring us for a good while, and I love that they're here. It's Rumble Wallet. Look, guys, on your screen, once again, there's a QR code. If you haven't yet, you hear me talk about this pretty much every show. I'm like, hey, Rumble Wallet is here. There's a QR code on your screen. You're like, yeah, whatever, Craig. You haven't done it yet. Why have you not done it? In addition to you not doing it, they're offering you $10 to try it. All you need to do is scan the QR code on your screen. Download the Rumble Wallet app. After you download the Rumble Wallet app, use the promo code Scrollers10. That's like side scrollers, get it? And then the number 10. So Scrollers10, and you're going to get 10 free dollars claimed to your wallet app. Now, I have it on good authority that the total allocation of that the money that they're putting out there is running low. So hit on in there and download it and get your free $10. And here's the best part about it. Wicked, question for you. Wicked, are you here? Wicked,
I'm here.
You stream on you stream on Rumble, correct?
It's been a while, but I do have Rumble, and I actually have the check mark over there.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what. We need you to download Rumble Wallet because I would love everybody to download Rumble Wallet. And then once you do that, I want you to go over to Wicked's channel and support her with that $10. I would love if you just handed that $10 over to her because I want to invest and I want you to invest in culture and community. That's the best way you can do it. Download the Rumble Wallet app. Use that promo code Scrollers10. Get your free $10 over there. By the way, if you don't want to support Wicked, first, what the hell? Second, you can do it with anybody else on Rumble that you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be Side Scrollers. It doesn't have to be Wicked. It can be anybody you want and use it over there. We'd greatly appreciate it. Invest in culture, invest in the future, invest in alternatives, and that's what you can do with Rumble Wallet. Once again, they support us. Please consider supporting them. Use that QR code. Download it. Scrollers10. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Let us move on. Thank you guys very much for your support as we're back. You guys remember like, I don't know, a week ago when Xbox was like, hey, we're firing everybody. They it was 1,800 people like that day, and then another 1,800 people before the end of the year. Remember that? That was a bloody Monday, I believe it was, man. It was, that was tough. They were talking about it. It finally happened. Well, guess what? I just want to give you guys a heads up. Xbox is now hiring. Did you see this? They are hiring principal software engineers over here at Microsoft. And this is job openings in India, of all things, over here. So they fired all the Americans, and now apparently Microsoft has posted numerous job openings over in India. And you can see this right here with over 100 people clicking to apply right here. Is anybody here shocked by this? Is this I don't know, anybody got any thoughts on this idea here? The total betrayal of the American public?
No.
Yeah, no. Not surprised by it.
And for it, she gets to sit on a very prestigious board of oversight in the federal government.
Yes. Well, we talked about this the other day. The idea that in the CEO, what's her name? Asha, I think it is.
Yeah.
Asha Greyjoy.
Yes. That. Well, what's amazing about this is that, like I said this the other day, you need people who can go into these companies and make cuts and be freaking ruthless. Like that's the reality. When you have a situation like Xbox that is bloated, you need people to go in and make those hard decisions. She has done that. Now, had I known she was going to go turn around and say, hey, how about those H-1B visas, right?
Yes.
Or hey, I would probably have a different stance when it came to this. And maybe this is the plan all along, reducing the cost domestically while increasing the cost internationally while still keeping your costs lower here. This is not great when it comes to folks. Phoenix, I see you shaking your head. It's just a big
Just used to it, you know. You wish that they would not do that, but they always do. So it's not surprising. So it's just more getting winded by this industry, by many industries, actually.
Yeah, I had the same thoughts as Craig at first. I'm like, oh, like, you know, we all made fun of her because that whole like, hello, fellow gamers moment that she had when she was first announced. And it's like, you know, maybe bringing someone in that isn't like fully into like the gaming, but just looks at the numbers and the business side, like that might be smart. But now she's turning around and doing this. So it's like, okay, this is getting a little sketchy.
Question: when is the gaming community, like the folks at Games Done Quick, when are they going to say, hey, we're not going to play any Microsoft games because you won't support American animators, artists, whatever, people in the industry? And I know you're shaking your head, Phoenix, and I know exactly why, because they're going to say, you know, the United States is unjust and we're on stolen land and all that crap and, you know, whatever. And but the hypocrisy from not just the vocal minority of the gaming community, like you see with Games Done Quick, but also the majority of the gaming companies, right? At a certain point, you would think that these companies are maybe the partners of Xbox or Microsoft would say, hey, dog, like, why aren't you supporting America over here? Or why don't you support the company that you're based out of, or the country that you're based out of? But I think it just comes down to they don't have a backbone when it comes to these things. We're not going to partner with a company that doesn't support this, or, you know, you see all these people making these giant performative pushes, but nobody's going to stand up for the American worker in a situation like this. So, any thoughts?
Exactly the people that they should be standing up for. That's the funny part. They complain about how there are no jobs in the industry, how nobody can find anything right now, and you see 10,000 people getting fired, and you've got Paul Tassi going, well, where's everybody going to go? And I'm like, well, if this is the option that's going on now, where they just let a whole bunch of people go and they're just bringing people back in, it's not really going to solve anything. And I keep telling people, like, if you're going to go, like, there's nothing in the industry for you right now, go build. Now is your time to actually let that creative energy that you have fly. This is your chance to prove that all those pet projects that you might have been working on for all these other companies actually have value now that you're outside of that independent funding. You've got to make it happen for yourself. But
yeah, I agree. I've been saying forever now, in the past like decade. It's like it's the decade. It's the time for David against Goliath, right? Like it's a total David period of time where you have the opportunity and the resources to go and start making your own thing and start making your own companies with your own set of values. Hopefully, values that I would love to see, but whatever, your own values, and show people how it's done. And if we're going to talk video games, with the rising costs of systems, inevitably what it looks like, 1,000 plus, and skyrocketing costs in the game costs that you're going to have to pay out there, and physical gone, all this other stuff. Yeah. Now's the time to start making those small games and start making businesses out there that people will get inspired by, and then they'll create more American companies, et cetera, whatever your value set is. Yeah. This should be an inspiring time for everybody.
It should be. I just wanted to get a quick shout out to my friend Corey Kingathalion and everybody at the Rare Drop team who actually did exactly that. They're opening up a small indie studio called Magic Find Studio. And they're going to be producing whatever they want to produce. And he's been playing games as long as I've been playing games. And we used to stream Borderlands together. So I have very good hopes for what they will eventually produce when they bring to light whatever it is that they're working on. So people really are taking the ball and running with it. And I hope to see more of that in the industry going forward.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I love that. Love that. Well, let's continue with this story here. As did you guys see the big game this past week that was released specifically for Xbox? I don't know if you saw. Xbox released a PlayStation console exclusive, and it's actually beating GTA 6 in the charts. They released Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 on Xbox One via the backwards compatibility. But here's the issue. Like Xbox has okay, so a little bit of backstory here, right? Xbox spent nearly $70 million acquiring Activision, right? And PlayStation now has received a cleaner version, while Xbox customers are still dealing with hackers and stuff. So Microsoft's platform strategy increases rewards for people actually not owning an Xbox. Does that make sense? Did any of that make sense for what?
No, can you say it again? I did not understand that.
Yep.
I just heard like a dial tone in my head.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So Xbox just released the PlayStation console exclusive, right? And it's beating all this. But the problem is that the old console that it was on is plagued with hackers and like the previous
I know about this. Yeah, you can't play Black Ops, right? Because they hack into your stuff. They can get your bank info and all that stuff. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Exactly. So it's been released for the first time, and it's going exceptionally well right here. So it's just interesting to kind of see this being popped over on Xbox One and having that backwards compatibility, and but it's actually a better version of the original version of the game, which they didn't bother to go back and patch the original version of the game. I guess they're just going to go back and kind of let that die a slow, miserable death. And by the way, this game, it's over a decade old at this point, and it's still, nostalgia is a pretty powerful drug when it comes to selling these games. And people are rebuying it or buying it for the first time. So yeah, man, pretty interesting here. So yeah, that's all. Little bit of Call of Duty Black Ops. By the way, Black Ops 1.
Rumble chat's like, do not redeem for playing Black Ops because you'll get hacked. Do not redeem, Star. Where's Kay when you need her?
Channeling her voice now.
Do not redeem.
All right, let's go and move on from Xbox here. As I know, I realized I butchered that story horribly, and I apologize for that. Let's go to something a little more fun, and that is a buffalo tossing a tourist in the sky. Did everyone see this video over the weekend? Super viral. My God, I laughed. You haven't seen this, Blabs?
No, I said yep.
Oh, okay.
Of course, it's W Buffalo.
All right, here we go. Let's check it out. This is super viral over the weekend. 61 million views. I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. Take out the guy over here. He's walking. We're paying attention to the old man over here.
Just focus on Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Man in the background here.
By the way, this is from Molly Ploufkins. What a great name.
Good old Molly over here. Thank you, Molly. Also, I appreciate Molly getting a nice shot. The guy in the background here. This buffalo going crazy. Buffalo not looking, really rolling around. Blabs, I'm not a buffalo expert. Does that mean it's happy or sad?
Well, if it's rolling around, it's probably just giving itself like a bathe, like a dirt bath or something. That's what I'm going to assume. But then look at him get very aggressive. So
he's going after him. He's going. Oh God, the old man.
Santa, run, Santa!
He's so close. Why?
Is the lady dead?
No, she's probably hiding between the trees where the buffalo can't go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's doing the whole run. And you can only imagine here it comes.
You added Benny Hill music to this?
I was about to say,
Terrifying.
Terrifying. That's spectacular.
Yeah, he broke some bones.
Well, I mean, for Santa Claus.
The slow-mo here. Whoa!
I feel like Grandma got run over by a reindeer, but now it's Grandpa and it was a buffalo.
He's really up there.
They said over 8 feet.
His foot is way over 8 feet in the air. In the air. Like that's got to be 12, 13, 14 feet in the air. I mean, he got boosted right there all the way. Oh, sorry. I couldn't. Oh, this is just brilliant. And watching it in slow-mo makes it so much better. I'm glad he didn't get hurt too bad.
Yeah, just some broken bones. Apparently he was making jokes about it, so I guess everything's all right.
Yeah, wow.
Well, he went viral from it, so good for him. Maybe the bright side.
This should be a good lesson for all people who go to national parks. Leave the wildlife alone. Go far away from them. Yeah, apparently.
Well, he did though. No,
because look how far away. That is not far enough. Like
the buffalo was like, "I do not consent to being filmed, sir."
Yeah.
So it's rutting season, for lack of a better term, for the buffalo. And this one in particular was probably very amorous and thought that there was a bit of a threat.
Bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what is it? They were some of the park rangers apparently beforehand were telling him, like, go back in your car, get back in your car, go in the. He didn't listen.
Okay.
Get what you deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Poor. So it looks like it's. I would guess this is a grandfather with his granddaughter, perhaps.
This is a Santa Claus in the wild.
And Mrs. Claus.
He lost some weight at the Yellowstone. That's where he's been all year long. Don't worry, we'll find him in Christmas time.
What do you think is going through this?
There.
Yeah. What do you think is going through his brain at this point?
Horns.
Naughty list.
I mean, he's going and blowing right here, and sure enough, here he comes. I love it. I love everything about this. Sorry, can we go just one more time? And
Sorry. It reminds me of Jackass. Johnny Knoxville and the bull.
Yeah,
just launching them.
Well, this immediately brought me to this post here. It says, when it comes to Buffalo, always take a lesson from the brother in NBC Montana. Have you guys seen this before? Surely.
No, I don't think so.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no, I ain't messing with you. Oh no. Oh no, I'm not messing with you.
I hope it's like a cat.
No, it was his father.
His father wouldn't be there.
Oh.
He went to go get milk and cigarettes.
I was about to say, do you bring back the smokes?
Oh my God, that's awesome. Listen, I love when animals take over and show and assert their dominance over idiots like that. It makes me happy. And that's what makes Jackass so much entertaining to watch. So entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
people getting hurt is funny.
That's right. All right. Taker came in with 5. Says the England versus Argentina game. Actually, it's a match, sir. I believe it's proper terminology. Will settle the Falkland Islands conflict once and for all. Oh, that's exciting to hear. I love that it comes down to a football match. Soul Silver came in at 5. Says Microsoft just pulled India 3. I am not shocked, except for Kaya. Send these to Back to the Future. My hatred for Star Wars is stronger than my love for any movie franchise. Wow. Okay. Phantom Luke says, consider this though for Xbox. American game makers in the upper industry have shown they always go, whoa, not talking indies. So yeah, go elsewhere. Back to the Future. Thank you, Phantom Luke. Gold Soul Ninja for 5 says, my fury for Xbox is in this direct donation, by the way. Why were you so mad? Was there something there? I guess not. Okay. Gold Soul Ninja also says, give the old man the Wilhelm scream, please. Oh, yeah, the Wilhelm scream. Yeah. Also, Delta came in with 5. Says, my favorite 1 year from the fighting game community allowed identity instead of nationalism. So you'd see 8 people with Brazilian, Germany, and Argentinian, followed by 4 people with trans flags, which we meaned, boy, a lot of Palestinians at this event. Thank you, Delta. And Gold Soul Ninja says, oh boy, scammers need jobs anywhere instead of stealing old people's money. For fuck's sake, Xbox, you miserable failures. This can only end so badly. By the way, thank you, Phoenix, for your metaphorical tears. Needed water for the Fast and Furious snow globe. $10 for Star Wars right there. That's rough. And Retromeister came in with $30 freaking. Says, morning scrollers, it's worth mentioning Recess Schools Out depicts how a disgruntled ex-principal wants to cancel recess via geoengineering that he believes will make kids study more to the point of having higher test scores. What? No thanks. He says, which in return he arrogantly believes will make teachers and parents happy, leading to becoming the next president of the U.S. Also, Sam Neill's better roles outside of JP are Daybreakers and The Portable Door. 50 for Back to the Future, and rest in peace, Sam. That's right, Retromeister. Thank you very much for your support and the message right there. Retromeister going on the wall. Also, John came in with $10. Says, the best thing about Black Ops coming to the lobbies, this is good to play. I triple checked. Okay, let's Blabs, I bet you'll appreciate this. Let's see what we got here.
Did he check the forward or the back?
I'm going to make sure that we this is okay. John,
It's totally fine to play. Let's just go for it. How bad can it be?
I'm gonna see John. I'm gonna put a lot of trust in John here. Okay.
Not inwards.
We'll see. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. And there we go. Let's see what we got here. Where is my volume?
That's bottom right of the video right there.
Are you talking stupid? You're fucking up. Look at you! You start sucking down! Your brain doesn't work! I'm not talking to your bitch ass!
I thought Michael B. Jordan was above this kind of thing.
This is the kind of stuff that Blabs plays to fall asleep.
All right. Thank you, John. Thank you for your trust in that. All right. I want to move on to this. I know you have a hard out here in 10 minutes there, Wicked, so I want to be mindful of that. But before we do, Phoenix, let's get a quick update, seeing where we're at with our Back to the Future Star Wars, because I think we have an upset brewing.
Yes, we do. It is 101.97 for Star Wars franchise to Back to the Future's 344. Wow, not looking good for Star Wars.
This is shocking. I'm shocked by this. I do say. Thank you for the update. Mitsu, are you as shocked as I am?
Proud of all of you, I am. Make good choices you have, yes.
What, you didn't know I could do Yoda?
Yeah.
Blabs is going to counter with her.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Voted for Star Wars as a vote for boobs.
Vote for boobs, big, beautiful fun bags, beautiful fun bags.
God damn it, you got Trump. Fuck, I'm fucked.
You got anything, Wicked?
No, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on from that as best we possibly can. Now, Wicked, you are not familiar with Yuri Bezmenov and
I am not.
this guy. I'll tell you what, Mitsu, why don't you give her just a brief rundown of who Yuri Bezmenov was?
Oh, I believe he was ex-KGB. I know he at least worked for the former Soviet Union government, and he fled a long time ago in the 80s to the United States, where he basically tried to put out a series of, he did interviews. I don't know if he wrote a book. I think he might have. And his major warning was explaining and breaking down Soviet and communist propaganda from A to Z on how to properly demoralize an entire population, because you can't beat the United States if you try and fight us. It's just never going to happen. Never, ever. So the only way we're going to lose is if we defeat ourselves. And the Soviet Union wasn't that stupid. They knew it too. So he broke down the entire list of the Soviet playbook on how to actually demoralize the American people.
And it, to a T at this point, Wicked, has been pretty accurate at this point. And I'd like to introduce you to Exhibit 17,572 right here. Take a look at this lady.
Ideological subversion is the...
By the way, this is Yuri Bezmenov speaking over this.
Ideological subversion is the process. You can see it with your own eyes. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in 4 basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The result you can see. Most of the people who graduated in the 60s, dropouts or half-baked intellectuals, are now occupying the positions of power in the government, civil service, business, mass media, educational system. You are stuck with them. You cannot get rid of them. They are contaminated. They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind, even if you expose them to authentic information, even if you prove that white is white and black is black. You still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior.
Wow.
Your first time hearing that, Wicked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to a T, that is what has gone on slowly. Probably started before I could even think about it, but I know a big point where that really became heavy over in the US was the 90s. Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
Chilling, huh?
Yes.
And
You know,
he talked about.
I went to school in Jersey. I grew up very conservative because I had the blessings of a father who, when we would go on long road trips, I'd listen to Rush, I'd listen to Sean, I'd listen to Mark Levin. I listened to a ton of conservative voices and viewpoints. And I can't tell you, I was the only one. I was the only kid in a sea of liberals on liberals on liberals. The smartest kids in my gifted and talented classes would constantly be talking about the voluntary human extinction movement. 7th grade. They're talking about how they want to off themselves because they're so worried about the climate. How do you think they grew up? What do you think happened to them? Exactly what you think. It's real. It really happened. Beat for beat.
Yeah.
The 4 stages, once again, demoralization takes 15 to 20 years, destabilization, crisis, and then normalization. Right? To where things get so jacked up that by the end, you're like, oh, okay, this is the new normal. It is what it is. Case in point, I go back to what we talked about earlier in the show, COVID, right? The new normal of, we hear it's the new normal. We've had several new normals over the course of my life. I think of 9/11 and the new normal of insane security and surveillance, right? COVID, the new normal of technology being integrated into every aspect of our life and masks and whatever. Worrying about germs and all these various things. It's alarming to see, and you can see he more or less just talks about the smooth-brained individuals who are they're useful idiots, and it causes this to happen. And these people he talked about in the 60s, these hippies who are all, they get integrated into society, and you literally cannot get rid of them. Like, they are built into society. And I see that happening. And I think that for me is like the scariest part of this. I look at what's happening with these kids who are coming out of college here, these propaganda farms. And it is terrifying to think about. Previously we would laugh, we'd giggle, oh, these kids will never make it in society. Well, congratulations. They're going to be middle management. They're going to be in senior positions because there's so many of them at a certain point where you go, oh my gosh, like, they are going to be a part of society, and there is going to be a new normal. And this is like watching a slow car wreck at this point. It's crazy. And to have like an actual visual representation of this as well is alarming. You see these people, like this girl in particular who ended here after starting, just like this,
normal,
sweet little normal girl, but she wanted to be unique, and by being unique, she ultimately became just like everybody else, and they're just a cog in the machine over here.
The best part about these things, I mean, that puts a smile on my face at the end of it, is that the good news for me is that if and when these little communist revolutions ever take place, and if they win, these are always the first. They're the first ones. England from the first ones to go by their very own team because they're idiots. And they know that it's just like, well, you got us here. Thank you. But your brain is fucking mush. You have no value to us. Every single time. So these people are absolute idiots. They're morons. All you have to do is read any textbook, digital or otherwise, tangible or computer, and you'll see it every single time. That these are the ones that get them there, and then the first to be outed, if you know what I mean.
Doctors, lawyers, and teachers are usually the ones that bring forth the revolution. And who is the first to get the wall? Doctors, lawyers, and teachers.
Wicked. Like I said, your first time seeing that. Any closing thoughts? I know you have a heart out, so I wanted to give you the opportunity.
No, it's not surprising. I'm surprised I haven't heard of him before. But it is very, like you said, chilling to see that what someone said. When did he say this, in the 80s or 70s? Whenever
70s and 80s,
70s and 80s, that it's all happening right now, right in front of us. And you're right, like we laugh at these people and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like, dang, like they really are just like showing up in droves, and it's happening way too often, and we're losing society because of it. So it's something to be very scared about, not just laugh at anymore at this point.
All right, I know you got to roll out. You want to give? Well, obviously, we have links to everything down in the description for you. But do you have anything you got coming up that you want to promote real quick?
Yeah, I'm starting to do cosplays at cons, and the first one I'm going to be doing is going to be at Dallas Fan Expo. I'll be at the Rippaverse booth. Scheduled to be announced, but I'll be doing cosplays over there. So if you're going to be at the Dallas Fan Expo, come say hi.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well,
Sweet.
Looking forward to that. Well, you are in Dallas, so I'm in Dallas. So we'll need to get together with everybody while we're
that'd
while
be
you guys are in
great.
town.
That'd be
awesome.
great. Yes.
All right.
Well,
Everyone go check out.
Me on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Go check out Wicked's
Yeah.
channel. Links to everything's down in the description.
If I have a safe trip, Craig.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. All righty. We had a
Thank
bomb
God
dropped
she's
on
gone.
us.
Am I right, guys?
We had a bomb dropped on us, which I think could level things up a little bit. And this could get spicy. As Gold Soul Ninja came in with $300 for Star Wars. Yeah, that is crazy right there. Gold Soul Ninja, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Damn it! I should have never done the voice.
There it goes.
Yes,
watch out.
You did it. I don't think we need 3 of them. I don't think we need 3 of them.
I think you do.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
What's going to happen this time? Oh, don't fall down. Oh, no, you fell down again. Oh, he's going to get up, though. There it goes. Happy.
Everybody loves a good otter fall frolic right there. Gold Soul Ninja and
Thank you.
Retromeister. I'm going to get you on the wall. I'll tell you what I would like to do before we get to today in video game history, which I'm going to show you guys a game that I did not know was released, but I'm very excited to show you guys. Before we do, let's get an update, Phoenix, with their updated tally.
But that changed everything. Here we go. 4197 for Star Wars. I have to actually revise the bracket I just did to 344 for Back to the Future Franchise Battle.
Wow. Okay.
That's my Palpatine laugh. It's pretty good.
Why do you?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Yes, do it.
Oh, that's really good. Do it. It's really good. Ugh.
I practiced.
I have the Lego laugh in my head. Like,
You want me to
all
do
the
Joker
time.
too?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm doing the.
I really want to.
Plaz is already scared by you, which is great. All right. Gold Soul Ninja also says the old saying goes, if you want to be dumb, you got to be tough. If you get knocked down, you got to get back up. Thank you so much, Gold Soul Ninja. You got back up right there, and you have sent Star Wars to the lead. Saint says Sam Neill did play Damien Thorne, Back to the Future. There's one for Back to the Future. Mercenary says John's video reminds me of all the woke ladies that were crashing out. Compilations also for Star Wars because it goes down. I'm going with it. Oh, going down with Star Wars. Thank you very much, Mercenaries. 5 more. Star Wars is for rainbow people. Is rainbow people. Back to the Future. There's 2 for Back to the Future from Sheep Corey Anderson. Retromeister says the trailer for COD Cold War from years ago is still eerily more relevant than it is now. Yuri and South Park tried to warn us, and we didn't listen. Thank you, Retromeister. DV Wild says, I've been saying this for a while. The reason our entertainment has been suffering is for this push to take over. People with no escape, no joy, no hope are easier to quote unquote persuade. 10 for Back to the Future. Emerald Ultima says, look up communism's 45 goals for America and see how much has happened so far. 5 for Back to the Future. Maybe we'll do that another show. Thank you for that horrible thought. Jarl Doom came in with 2, says they want us dumb and complacent. 2 for Star Wars. Thank you.
I read that as one sentence. They want us dumb and complacent for Star Wars.
All right, Blabs, as we finish up, by the way, I think this is going to go down to the wire here when it comes to Star Wars versus Back to the Future. But what will not is our love for this segment and why we continue it. It's time for Today in Video Game History.
Today in gaming history with Vlad.
Yeah, do it. Step on me, mommy.
Spies like the extra boob thing that's just like folded outward.
Oh, you just noticed that?
Yeah, it's just so. I'm gonna go for a walk. Anyway, July 13th, everybody. Metal Gear was released in Japan in 1987. There's this game called Death Spank.
Yeah,
It made me
yeah.
laugh. That came out in 2010. Death Spank. And then
That's from the creator of Monkey Island, by the way. Fun fact.
Oh. And then Pikmin 3 was released in 2013. Ta-da!
Oh.
All right, way to go, Blabs.
Thank you.
Great list today.
I know. Every day.
Except some noticeable games that you missed today here on July 13th include Fur Fighters for the Dreamcast 26 years ago.
That just sounds like a furry game. I don't want it.
Well, they're beating the hell out of each other, so I'd take that for whatever it is. I would pay to see that, if I'm being honest, like a furry fight club. Maybe that's something we can sponsor. What do you think about that, huh?
Mortal Kombat style.
Sure, our crowd will love it.
See if you can get a crossover with ICP. I'm sure they'll help you out.
Oh yeah, get the what are they called? The
Juggalos?
Juggalos, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, get the Juggalos involved. Tales of Symphonia? Wait a second.
Yep,
Yeah,
for the
that's a big
GameCube
one.
right there. Yep. We also have Ape Escape Million Monkeys, released for the PlayStation 2 20 years ago in 2006. PlayStation 2 in 2006. Wow. Okay, that's at the very end of the life cycle. The Blob, released for the iOS. That was a pretty okay game, I guess, for the iPhone back in the day.
Yeah.
You did mention Death Spank right there, Blabs, which I know you love. Also, Missplosion Man. That's like Splosion Man's like wife right there.
The Misses.
Yeah. That was actually, I think that was a takeoff of the Miss Pac-Man thing. Splosion Man was a fun Xbox Live title. That was glorious, that time period, that 3 or 4 years right there.
Wait, does that mean we can get a Ms. Pepsi Man?
Fantastic.
That would be great. Also, you mentioned Pikmin, but also, hey, Pikmin, released for the 3DS. We have, this is the game I want to talk about. Operation Wolf Returns. I feel like this was mentioned when it first came out, but here is the trailer for this. Mitsu, do you remember Operation Wolf?
No, what was that about?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, because there's an entire trailer for this, courtesy of PlayStation.
There was a great Xbox arcade one version of that too, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Wolf of something or other. There was like really cool cartoony graphics of it.
I don't remember that. I know there's a VR game.
Pretty...
Maybe this is the VR game. Let's find out.
In 1987, they were badass. In 2023, nothing has changed. Operation Wolf returns. First mission.
Oh man, this looks like I should be in an arcade and playing this.
Yes. It's like an on-rail shooter from, like I said, 1987. But I can't imagine this sold a whole lot. This seems like very much a product of its time. And I remember they did make a VR version of this, but maybe it's not this specific game. Phoenix, you have any interest in Operation Wolf Returns?
Not so much. The VR one was a bag of dicks, but I mean, it's a great game, so maybe.
I remember playing that on my PC long time ago. By the way, here is the VR version of this game. If you haven't seen it yet, did you play this one, Phoenix?
I played it for 2 seconds. It wasn't that great.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't know.
If they put this in a Time Crisis 4 cabinet, it would have done so well.
Good dude. You know what game I loved in the arcade? That was it was Police 911.
Yes. Oh, so good. So good. So was the sequel, and so was the boxing version. Oh, such a good game series.
What was the best shooter game with a gun? Not an airplane game. What was the best shooting game in the arcades?
It's probably Time Crisis 4. I think that was the cleanest out of all of them. It had the best mechanics. The plot was bare bones, but you had a what was it? It was an Uzi, but it also could be like a shotgun and an Uzi and a pistol too. Like they had other ones like the Terminator one where you have this big gun. Who cares? And they have the Jurassic Park one, which was super fun, but that shit was hard. If you remember, where you actually like sit in the car and it like drives around on a rail and you shoot Carnotaurs and shit like that. Those are great ones, but it's probably Time Crisis 4. Gotta be.
By the way, Wolf of the Battlefield, that's what I was thinking of. Did you ever play that, Greg? Apparently it's a Commando sequel, not... it was a pretty good game. That was on Xbox Arcade back in the day.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's today in video game history. Great job, Blabs.
Thank you, as per usual. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Anytime we get a little bit of Operation Wolf talk, I'm on board with whatever's being thrown down. All right, we have a final run here. This is going to be brutal. Let's see what happens here. As Bloopity Snooples came in at $20, says, I have a lefty in-law. I argue with all the time. It doesn't matter what info or stats I bring up. She just wants to change. She just doesn't want to change her mind. Almost scary if it wasn't so pathetic. Space mindset. 20 for Star Wars right there. He says I meant slave mindset. Yes. Agreed. There's 21 for Star Wars. Skip Snakes looking to even it up with $49.99 for Back to the Future. Oh, look at that nice little middle finger. What's up with all the middle finger?
I vote Star Wars, so I put the one with the middle finger in it.
I'm sorry. I said Skip Snakes. Sorry. I totally butchered that. Snake Shadow. Yeah.
How do you get Skip Snakes?
Well, because Skip Snakes has supported in the past, and I get our serpent normal.
Your snake friends mixed up.
Yes.
We're now
Shadow,
close, by the way.
Snake Shadow, thank you very much. Let me get you on the wall while Blabs reads the rest of these super chats. I'm sorry.
Zim for 5 says Kathleen Kennedy worked on Back to the Future as an executive producer. Funny, she worked on both these franchises, but only managed to destroy one. Back to the Future for 5. Thank you very much. Mercenary for 5 says Star Wars. I would replace Tales of Symphonia over Metal Gear because Metal Gear is overrated. Then again, System Shock or Deus Ex is better than Metal Gear. Having fun there, Craig. Freedom Prize says 20 for Back to the Future.
Oh,
and then John
boy.
Kenji says, how did y'all just go over Persona 3 just like that?
By the way, there it is. Back to the Future now in the lead.
Okay, let's take a look. What do we got?
Here we go. 434.97 for Star Wars. 436.99 for Back to the Future.
Okay.
Yes.
Apparently,
make her
Mitch is
sad.
very happy.
Extremely.
Unbelievable. Okay, look, Phoenix, I'm going to ask you to put 3 minutes on the clock, my dude.
It is
right?
up. You can't see it,
3
but
minutes.
it's there.
Okay. All right. We're going to do 3 minutes on the clock. I want to remind you that once this 3 minutes is done, it is done, right? So if you're going to support, don't wait till the last second because you are probably on a delay, okay? Just giving you a heads up. This could get nasty, and it could get nasty very, very quick. Phoenix, you got your 3 minutes ready to go? Blabs, let him know when it's time for him to go.
It's going. It's going.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already
Never
gone.
mind. Never mind.
I can reset it.
He doesn't
No, it's
listen
good.
to me. It's fine.
Let's roll. All right.
It is reset. Would you tell me when, Blabs?
Oh, no, you were already supposed to go.
It is now going again.
All right, here we go. Mercenary came in with $10 to Star Wars because I won't go down without a fight. 10 for Star Wars right there. Chris P. Chicken came in with $50 freaking dollars. Says, dear chat, on the day of the Star Wars Back to the Future Showdown, people are going to try to make Star Wars win. Please take whatever precautions necessary to prevent this terrible disaster. I'm guessing this is for Back to the Future there, Chris P. Chicken. Thank you very much. Why are you so... What, Blabs?
I just said that this is very sad in Italian, so I don't know.
Crispy Chicken, thank you very much. We'll get you on the wall. All right, Phoenix, where are we at right now?
We are at 444.97 for Star Wars, 486.99 for Back to the Future.
This could be a massive upset brewing. We have 2 minutes to go. Thank you very much, Phoenix. I'm going to get Crispy Chicken on the wall. This is truly unbelievable. I did not anticipate this happening at all. This is honestly shocking. We did see Superlane says y'all didn't read my super. Did Superlane come in with one that I missed?
What platform is that?
I don't know. That was over on Kick. Thank you. Sorry for that. If that was the case,
I'm
we
gonna
certainly
come
didn't
and
mean to
look
miss
after
anything.
real fast.
Karnak came in and says $5 for Star Wars because I want to see Phoenix cry. My preferred choice isn't in the tournament. Oh, Karnak, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Chief Corey Anderson says $2 Back to the Future. How can anyone support Star Wars? We also have Freedom Prize.
I did vote for Star Wars, by the way.
Freedom Prize for $50 says, great Scott! Freedom Prize. I'm sorry I butchered that, but we all know that's for Back to the Future. That's unbelievable, guys.
Oof, that's going to be hard to come back from.
1 minute to go. Zimmeru came in and says, I'll never forgive Universal for getting rid of the Back to the Future ride at Universal Studios. It was and remains my favorite ride. Back to the Future 5 for Back to the Future. Thank you. Kale says 10. I wanted to say this for tomorrow, but Star Wars must win this. Oh my. All right. There's 10 for Star Wars. Mitchell says 5 for Star Trek Wars. Okay, we'll give that to Star Wars. $50 from Enrique says for Back to the Future, Star Wars. Oh my gosh. Look at me. Still has its lame sequels and shows. Enrique, thank you so much. Let me get you on the wall as well. Also, Corona Soul, you cannot handle this with 50 more for Back to the Future. I think that's going to do it. Oh my goodness. This may be the biggest upset of them all.
25 seconds. 25
seconds. If you're going to get in, you better do it now. I told you not to wait. Oh my gosh. Enrique.
You got an uphill battle, Star Wars.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Where are we at, Phoenix? Show it quick.
Here we go. Okay. 464.97 for Star Wars, 643.99 for Back to the Future.
Unbelievable. Add 5 more as Sai came in with 5 more. So Back to the Future time travels. Just more fun right there. All right. Woo, Blabs. Do we have any waiting?
Yeah, I'm putting them in.
Okay.
Going. There's so many I can do. Okay.
You get them in, and everyone that Blabs sees right now will count up to right now. Okay.
And now I don't know if I one on Kick. I don't see any that I missed on Kick. I think I got them.
Thank you. Super Lane said, "Sent Rage Quit Ember."
Here it is. Got it. I see it. Here it is. Here's another one.
There's 5 more for Star Wars there as the 3 a.m. data dump is happening. VJ came in with 2 for Star Wars, please. And Super Lane also says, would love to see a Disney cartoon version of Schindler's List. Imagine the songs.
Wow.
5 for Star Wars. Jen the Fox says, that's the power of love. That's definitely for Back to the Future right there. Do we have any more, Blast?
That is it. That is it. I got all the ones on Kick.
My goodness. I think we have one of the biggest upsets we've ever had in a tournament so far.
All right, you ready? Here, final total, correct? Okay,
final
here we go.
Total.
476.97 for the Star Wars franchise. 653.99 for the Back to the Future franchise, which of course means that the winner is in fact Back to the Future.
Accepting on behalf of Back to the Future, the biggest Back to the Future fan that I know, someone who I guarantee can quote all 3 movies back to back to back, Blabs.
I really like the third one where they go into time. It's all the Wild Wild West. But Patty Quinn also came in just now with $100. It says Vader is a badass. So have some otters.
Would it have mattered, Phoenix?
I have added it. It would have been $576.97 for Star Wars, $653.99 for Back to the Future. So it still would have Back to the Future still would have won. But thank you, Patty.
Patty, that is obviously just truly spectacular, and we genuinely appreciate your support. While it would not have ultimately affected the final tally, it affects the support here on the show, which is just great. Mitsu, do you have anything you'd like to say about Star Wars versus Star Wars versus Back to the Future?
Sure. If I could take 5 seconds, I would love to read an excerpt from a certain Star Wars movie with the seriousness that I think it deserves.
Oh my God, is it somehow Palpatine returned?
No, but I would love that too.
Okay.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere. Not like here, though. Here, everything is soft and smooth. That's about how serious I just take it.
Just told Star Wars just to go fuck itself.
You keep Anakin Skywalker out of your mouth.
I will. I mean, he's handsome, but not my type.
All right, an unbelievable.
Everybody's type. What are you talking about, Mitsu?
Yeah, that's actually fair.
An unbelievable finish today. Truly unbelievable. I did not expect this by any means, but Phoenix, let's get a final showdown. Tomorrow it ends with the bracket.
Yeah.
A final 2 showdown. Will it be the underdog of underdogs? Oh boy. Or will it be Lord of the Rings, the ultimate heavyweight versus good old Marty McFly and Doc? It goes down tomorrow on the show. Which one will be crowned the greatest movie franchise ever? Wow. Okay.
This was the only one that I think could have taken on Lord of the Rings, as I said at the top of the show. So I think tomorrow's going to be very, very interesting. Very interesting.
I think it's going to come down to who wants to see the underdog compete.
It's good. Here's I can tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be Lord of the Rings. They're going to trickle in the beginning because they're not going to think it's serious. Like, it's going to be Back to the Future. Back to the Future is going to come in pretty heavy, and then it's going to come down to that end. And then I won't give away who I think is going to win, but then you're going to see a flood of support for one of those franchises. So I think that's how it all rides tomorrow.
Well, you can find out tomorrow when we're back at it again at 11 a.m. Central Time, joined by...
We got Leaflet and Tectone on.
Oh, boy. All right. Should be a great show. I'm sure we're definitely going to be talking some AI tomorrow in a major way. So going to be a big show tomorrow with Leaflet and Tech. So make sure you guys join us at 11 a.m. Central Time. Mitsu, do you have anything you'd like to promote, buddy?
Actually, yeah. I'll be going live on my Rumble channel later this week, where I'm going to kind of just do my own show and talk politics. I've wanted to do something Rush Limbaugh-like for basically my entire life. I've played video games for such a long time and straight video games that I really want to actually just sit and talk with the people. And for those of you who don't know, I am very interactive. So if you come in the chat, I will be talking with you the entire time, because that's, no matter if it's 1 or 1,000 people, it's just something I love to do.
His links are in the description, guys, for Rumble.
Yes, please.
And we got to get you set up for Rumble Wallet so people can use that free $10 for you over there and support your endeavors, which is great. All right, time to get out of here, guys. We will be back tomorrow. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We genuinely appreciate it. I'm going to be getting on a plane tomorrow. Tonight, tomorrow I'll be on Timcast in the evening, and obviously our big show tomorrow, so should be super duper fun. Appreciate you guys popping in, being a part of our life, allowing us to be a part of yours, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. But until then, remember that people are going to try to keep you down. Do not let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. See you later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.
Blabs.
Wow. What? Hold on. I'm sorry. What? Was that a yellow flash? Oh,
yeah,
there it is.
I don't have that button.
Okay. Blabs.